Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, folks. Happy Sunday, happy Easter Sunday to our Christian brothers and sisters, to Christendom. Happy Sunday. Good to be here. Good day to all of you. Let's share the show as you come on. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Let's share the show as you join us. Good day. It's good to be here. Good day. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday. Let's share the show, please. Thank you, young people, watching us from New Jersey. George Jan is watching us from Texas. Happy Easter to you, George. Samuel Kokai Hollywood is watching us from the East Coast United States, South New Jersey. Share the show, folks, as you join us. If you don't tell us or let us know or alert us where you're following us from, sorry, we are not going to mention your name. I know it sounds mean, some people would say, but sorry, we just got to do that. So let us know where you are following us from. If you want us to call your name or refer to you or say anything to you, let us know where you are following us from. If you don't do that, then sorry, we are not in the position to recognize you. Sorry. I know it sounds mean. Jackson Nakea C. Patrick is watching us from Rhode Island. Rhode Island. The thing I like about Rhode Island is they got good food, good seafoods, and restaurants. I don't know about other things, but I know about that for a fact. I know about that for a fact. I visited a seafood joint or seafood place in Rhode Island. Oh my goodness. It was something else. I enjoyed the food. So every time I go to Rhode Island, I look forward to that. I look forward to the eating. I look forward to the food and the restaurant. The different kinds of restaurants they have. Very beautiful places. Good food. The seafood in Rhode Island, you can't beat it. Yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah, Johnson, my man, you know what time it is. You already know. You can't beat that seafood over there. But anyway, MC Sakilar is following us from Santosville, Residence RIA. Thank you so much for following. Is that Harris is following us from 72nd. Okay. Yeah, so the food in Rhode Island, hey, they're one of the best. They got one of the best restaurants, one of the best places to eat in the country. Sorry about that, folks. Especially if you're a seafood lover, it makes it even better. Yes, if you're a seafood lover, go to Rhode Island. They get some very, very good restaurant. The views are very beautiful. You sit on the river or on a lake or whatever it is to eat, I'm telling you, we can't say everything, but we've been places. Yeah, we've been places. We not do things. So we understand life. Yeah, we know what life is. You Metro Kanga, good afternoon. Happy Easter from Minnesota. Okay. If you tell where you're following us from, we will definitely recognize you. Um, Again, if you're a seafood lover, go to Rhode Island. Oh, I love the seafood in Rhode Island. And the good thing about me when I'm traveling, I don't disclose my locations till I leave from there. So that makes it strategic. So maybe I could run into you to one of the restaurants in Rhode Island or in DC, in Virginia, um, in Minnesota, in Iowa, in North Dakota, um, Vegas. That be boring and travel. You don't mean no. You don't take picture of who they be showing. If you people, you big girl, you don't be doing all that extra thing. All that plenty picture thing, you're exposing yourself to danger. As a people in a big girl, you go places, you keep your memories, you cherish it. Passing around, showing the witchcraft and all day. Speaking about witchcraft, the one other paper I saw another video. Our people can learn. The JK one other woman for they say she was witchcraft in Liberia. I saw one other man say men of God speaking in tongues and saying casting demon for the paper should come and get the youth them and release the youth them and the stupidity in high places. I saw it. I saw the video. I had to walk away from it and say, "This is very disheartening. This is pure foolishness in modern days." But these are some of the things we'll talk about. I saw the video. I was upset to my stomach, very disgusted by that video. Yeah, so I mean, seafood places, or you can follow me, Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia got some cool places to eat too. And I'm talking about seafood and things. Atlanta, Georgia got some really expensive, nice restaurants to eat. Let me put it that way: expensive and nice. Yeah. So yeah. So according to sitting in, I got Google restaurant Texas. Yeah, I went Texas. When we went somewhere to some restaurant or whatever it is. It wasn't bad, but Texas would not be one of my favorite places to eat. No disrespect to our people from Texas. That includes Dallas. That includes San Antonio, Houston. What a big city they got there again. So been to some of the places there, saw life there, saw some of the things there. I just saying, no disrespect, but Texas would not be one of the places I would really want to go eat. I'd recommend Rhode Island, even though it's not a big state, it's a small state, but in terms of food, they're really good. I don't know much about Boston. I don't know much about the New England, Boston area, but no disrespect to one of my cities, my hometown, the place, the Blow family and I play a hometown. Got my entire family in Philadelphia, so Philadelphia got some, even though it can be a little rough there, but they got some rare place where you can go and eat. If you want to be people big, you know what I mean? You can go Mayoni. Yeah. They got some spot in Philadelphia where you can go, very nice. Minnesota in terms of Liberian food. Minnesota is really it's on the top. It's good. They got some really, really they got some really, really good food in there. Yeah, but let's share the show now. Let's keep sharing the show because let's keep sharing the show. Let's keep sharing the show, folks. We get plenty of things in the toy, but don't mind the show starting like that. When you start the show, just warm me up. Don't mind like that. Show will reach a certain place, we get noisy, will be hard. The show will reach a certain place, we get noisy, will be hard. Yeah, today I woke up, I seen all my timeline, he raising, he rise, he rolls, he erase. Listen, I'm not interested in all that extra thing. Yeah. Me personally, I'm not interested in that. Today, you need extra data today. Eh? But Jesus rise, he rose, he raised, he erased now. Today, he everything now. So Jesus wake up today. So data by wasting la brother. Why her? Today, nobody say you get data free. Everything that's free today because Jesus wake up. So Jesus just wake up with a lot of free things. Anyway, what didn't concern me, sir? What didn't concern me? Folks, let's share the show. Like I said, a lot of things to talk about. SKTV has in its possession the document from the Accra Peace Accord in 2023. In 2003, the whole thing, the whole document. So that's something that we'll talk about. We have been trying to digest it. Can you imagine? 21 years ago, those men decided to go sit in Accra. After they finished killing people, they made their own document to make themselves feel happy to can't get themselves power. We're discussing it. So when you hear about the Accra Peace Accord and hear all that, we'll get the people to it. That one, we're not talking, they say we're not jumping, we get it. Like, we'll not read through it. Yeah. You know, Monk will be joining us. Monk said something, even though I probably might not have been on the show, that when we had Leo here, Leo said it about even the constitution that we have as a nation. The constitution undermines us. That is big. You know the document that you will make to lead you or to govern you, that document can determine whether you will go forward or you will fail in whatever plans you have. And from all indications, it seems as though the Constitution, the Accra Peace Accord, they were all meant to hurt us. They were all meant to keep away the issue of accountability. They were all meant for people who did wrong to people to come and tell them how they would treat them and how they should, what should happen after they've done wrong. That's why sometimes the people can say in Liberia, the educated people, that then the problem. Sometimes they can say in Liberia, and I lie. You know, one time I was talking to someone, the person said to me, you know, you can't blame the men who wrote the Constitution and they were on a huge attack and the government threatened them and this and that. I said, okay. But when you read the Constitution is set up in a way that you will not make it here. The Constitution is set up in a way that Labrador will not make it. Even if Labrador wanted to do what is right, they will not be able to make it. Yep. The men went to Accra, the quote-unquote Accra Peace Accord. They wrote documents that will free them so you can hold them accountable. But let's share the show. Like I said, we have a lot to talk about. Chairman Mity should be joining us in the conversation as well. You know, we back on SKTV. When Oma called me, she said, "You can get tired." I said, "What you mean?" She said, "You can get tired." She said, "You can get tired. We can lead things. No, we can lead things on SKTV. We can lead things." So let's share the show, please. Interesting. Interesting and interesting. We are back again. Let's share the show. It's raining in Phoenix, Arizona, but the weather is nice. It's seemingly cold, chill, but the weather is nice. We should be making contact here with the guys from Liberia in a minute or anytime from now. Mark will be joining us. Lawrence will be joining us. Siku will be joining us, and so forth. Let's have one of our people join us. Lawrence, what's going on? We can't hear you. You're grinding, but we can't hear you. Yeah, fistings, bro. No, we can't hear you. Yeah, you might want to go off this and come back. Maybe you want to come back in and see if it works. Yeah, come back in and see if it works. Monk, my man, what's going on? They say the old man wake up today.
Restoration Sunday, man.
Yeah, they say the papi wake up today. What is going on?
The rest of the SKTV crew and the listening audience from around the world, from the US to Canada to Australia, Europe, London, and Liberia, the most. And everybody in radio line.
My man, so how you feel today? They say the papi wake up. What is going on?
Yeah, man, Easter comes every day. I don't believe in too much celebration, and when it comes to major, I just read a lot on this kind of an issue, the significance of the day. But for me, man, I told you I'm into spirituality and religion, so it's a whole different thing.
Most definitely.
But I don't focus on the day that much. Like I do everything that I need to do on a daily basis. So when a major holiday comes, it does not impact the way I conduct business.
Most definitely so. And I think if most people have that mindset to understand, some things. And I think at this stage of my life, that's where I find myself. I'm more in tune with spirituality than this whole
the whole religion thing.
And giving us a hard time and
you know the difference between the two. Religion will turn you into an extremist because you believe when people share different views and different ideas, you see them from a different standpoint. But spirituality, it will make you to first understand that humanity comes first before anything. If you will love, if you will share, I could care less about your religion or your political background or your religious background. I see you first. Humanity is the first thing, and then everything else come after. So I don't believe in too much. I keep saying it on the show all the time. Stay away from religion. Get to know your own God on a personal level. Question your belief and assumptions, and you will see what will happen. Your life will fundamentally change. You will see.
Last week I had the opportunity to speak somewhere, and I was telling them that I asked them the question: when you not go to church, you're not going to heaven? Everybody started laughing and said, "Oh, okay." Yeah. Go think about that.
Go think about that.
But if you not go to church, because people getting the guilt trip, oh, you not go to service, and you need to be to service, a couple of times, some people want, oh, you need to be going to church, and you need to be going to service. I just slow down.
And that's the thing.
I just slow down.
Yeah.
I got one big check in my head.
Yeah.
I got big check in my heart.
You are the church. You want to go to affiliate and to associate with other Christians to build your faith. That's why the meeting is all about. It's not about church. You are the church. You are the
I show thing. I show thing in that building. The day my car, I can show thing in the building. But to make it something where I got to be waking up early in the morning. Nah, past that level, man. I too big for that thing. What? I'm a people. I don't waste my time on some funny level. No.
Oh, is that, you see, the thing here is it's not a bad thing to go to church. You go to fellowship, you go to build your faith with other Christians of the same faith, you go to network. There are so many things that you go to church for, but you are the church, you are the temple. Like, people don't read their Bible. You are the temple, you are the edifice, you are the original church. Because if you believe in the Christianity and you say the Spirit of God dwells in you, then technically you are the temple. When you go to the edifice or the building, you only go to fellowship to build your faith and to associate or affiliate with other Christians, because like manner, like the same way in the professional world, if you're an engineer or you're a data scientist, you hang out with people that are of the same profession as you network, your fellowship together. That's what the church is all about. It's not you about.
I can enter the church. I can enter church. You understand? I can enter church and I get problem with church. But I think what man can get us there hard time. No, we're not gonna do that. We'll pass that stage. We'll pass that. I will chauffeur on my hardcore. And I show him based on pressure. I will chauffeur in church, in that building. In fact, I'm not church, I said I'm talking about building we're renting. I will chauffeur on my hardcore in the building. Working. Hey, but anyway, yeah, Lauren, what's up, my man? They said, oh man, we're on today. We're on your side too.
Well, yeah, we are grateful. At least, yeah, the Easter Sunday is okay.
My man, I asked you my simple question. The old man wake up on your side too?
The old man wake up on his side. Everybody here happy.
Yeah, because I don't understand. I'm confused. I guess she's on the work today. I see some men work there. Yeah, but I see men want to get part 2 or the whole chilling to let the plan work at their age. So I confused what is going on.
The woman wake up just the evening. I was leaving the road to come to work. I saw some getting chilling. They put it on outside too.
To work on the owner.
They put it on outside. They try to put it on chilling.
So how they work on the woman big there?
Oh yeah. They try to put it on outside. They keep it the day holiday.
Mom. You see the sticker issue that we're going to discuss on there.
Yeah.
But anyway, folks, let's share the show. It's Sunday the 31st of March, and this month will be done with very, very soon. This month will be done with. We'll be right here in April by tomorrow or in the next few hours here. Some people are already in April, especially those in Australia.
Yeah, Far East.
Yeah, we want to say happy new month. We want to welcome the new week as well. Today, the goal is to Chairman Mity could join us at some point for us to pick up the conversation from where we stopped yesterday. Monk, I'm not sure if you checked your WhatsApp. I sent you someone a gift there. Because the people are getting all, so we got to send gift or. So I sent you something. Someone I give. So you need to
gift.
Yeah, look at that gift there and see what's going on with it. But folks, happy Easter to all of us who are of the Christian faith. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. But most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Folks, just so you know, in the month of April, if you're not chained, nothing will change. You understand? So that, we ask the woman I wake up, the way I welcome the woman, welcome him in different ways. Some people welcome him in grand style. Monk, I think you were able to come across it, eh? You find a lady?
Yeah, let me check here. Let me check my WhatsApp.
Yeah, because
send me a gift file. Is a file or picture or gift as in the picture?
No, it's a file. It's a file. Send you. Someone I give.
All right. Yep. Let me see here. All right. Yep. I got the document. Security cost.
Yeah. But then you get it. You get it. You make it bigly.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we want to show you can always be reading through and see what's up. The title said when you call it the title.
Wow, but there's a comprehensive document. I mean, you don't expect me to go through all of this on the show.
No. I just wanted to tease you, brother. I said I think that gives.
Oh, I will peruse it by the evening time when I'm free. I mean, it's almost like a lot of pages. I think maybe it's 52 pages.
Yes, 52.
The entire ECOWAS, I mean, the Ghana Peace Accord Agreement. Wow, there's a comprehensive document with signatures from the Ghanaian Parliament and
yes.
On the 18th day in Accra, there was a very special accord and peace plan, article, settlement, dispute. Man, this is a nice document. I will go through it. Trust me. Before the
this is the document. This is the document, along with the Liberian Constitution. Remember when Leo said, I don't know, maybe you can say it better because I was not on the show, but yesterday I heard you making reference to that even the document of the Constitution that we have, it's set up for failure, in paraphrasing.
Yeah, he said it right. He said you don't get good governance from a corrupt document, and that's true.
You don't.
Because the Constitution is corrupt to the core. It was a junta that kind of revised the Constitution, so they were putting in place law to protect them, to shield them, to make their political opponent to be forced out of the country without return, putting limitation on people. So if you're really serious about moving the country forward, you will go to the Constitution first, because the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and change it if you're really serious about business. And that's what he said. And I'm in total agreement.
If you go through the document, credit to SKTV, and those of you who, whether you are government officials, ex-government officials, citizens, diplomats, or whether you are our international partners that give us credible information with documents, with sources, references that we can cross-reference to inform the Liberian people. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are helping us this work. When I went through this document, when this document, I went through it. I sat down for long and I said, how do we set ourselves up like this? And we expect things to change. How do we set ourselves up to the point where people who commit the greatest of crimes amongst humanity? And when Monk was speaking not too long ago, he mentioned about the importance of not focusing on religion, but rather spirituality and dealing with humanity, because that's the very first thing. You see your friend human being. When you read the Bible makes it simple. The Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. The Bible makes it simple. How do we set ourselves up? People who commit crimes, people who hurt you, people who took away your lives. Some of you will never be the same until you die. People who violated some of you, people who killed your children in front of you, people who hurt your wives, your husbands, people who took lives from innocent people. How do we allow these people go and sit and make a document to benefit them? And we say we're going to move forward. How? Even when you read the Constitution, every time I read Article 97, I just get pissed off in my spirit. How can a group of people who kill a president, a certain president, write in the Constitution that they can't be held accountable for what they did? Who does that? And we run around with that and say it's a constitution, that the constitution will govern the land. No wonder why nobody respects the Constitution. No wonder why the Constitution look, it's not valid. It's not considered. And anybody can just come in and use one part of it and justify their own thing. Look, Monk, when you read this document, my man, you will understand our mindset. How did people set us up 21 years ago, 2003? This year makes it 21 years. How did people set us up for the backwardness that we are in and the failure that we're in?
That was the year that we had the opportunity when everything was broken, when the country was considered a failed state. That was at the same accord or agreement in the year that we had the opportunity of going to a supervised administration under the United Nations. That was to establish a trusteeship to rebuild institutions, but then those same corrupt criminals and warmongers and corrupt politicians decided that no, they were able to govern the affairs of the state. And then guess what? More than a generation later, we are worse off, made no progress. and things just the same way in the country. That's it. That's Liberia for you, my brother.
It is, my man. It is. And these documents are even hurtful than the people who are in power. Can you imagine? These guys sat there. They have a portion here when you read part 6. They have a portion here that talk about human rights. They agree to ensure human rights. There will not be look, man, Monk. This thing is very troubling, and you know I'm tempted to kind of read from it and point out some things. But let me say this to the country. Let me say this to the people. Please, I'm not saying you can't trust God, you can't pray, but truly speaking, quoting scriptures in the Bible will not save Liberia. It will not change Liberia. We have to get to the point where we'll be deliberate. We have to get to the point where we'll be desperate. We have to get to the point where we will want it. And we got to be we got to be deliberate about wanting to change the future. 21 years ago, the document, a particular document, when you read it, it tells you 21 years ago, it points out all of our failure that we're having today. Everything that goes on today is not coincidental. Those boys set us up. Can you imagine 21 years ago? Prince Johnson, they were 50 some more years old. Most of the rebel leaders and the rebel men, they were younger than that. Because Prince Johnson is 70 some more years old today, and he was 50 some more years old. All those men that fought, that killed innocent people, they were younger at that time. They had energy. They galvanized themselves and said, let's protect ourselves against the people that we hurt, so that when the time comes for them to hold accountable, we can walk free. And that's exactly what's going on. That is exactly what's going on. Let me say this today. Nobody that killed any human being in our country from a rebel standpoint should be in a governmental position, should be in a power of authority. None of them. I don't care what their name is. I don't care who they are. I don't care where they come from. None of them should be in a power of authority. Especially those ones that are not remorseful. Those ones that are in public blatantly, you know. Anyways, many of us will now understand the impact. Many of us will now understand the impact. You know, the history of America, the Indian people, the real native people. Let me use that word. The real native people in America, they had a country. and those people were taken out up until today. You know, I was helping a group of people, and we conducted a research on something we term as generational trauma. Yes, it exists. So when you see your brother and your sister there who came to America where there's opportunity, when you see a 50-year-old woman or 50-year-old man misbehaving on Facebook, my friend is from Liberia, yeah? Check your today, they're from Liberia. It's not a joking thing. But Monk, what say you? Let's get to the Easter, because I don't know. I'm not seeing Melbourne. I don't know Melbourne is here.
Melbourne, I mean, the Easter Sunday. I think you Saturday well.
Message chatting.
Yeah, but I can see the man in there hiding.
No, the match chatting.
Oh, okay. Okay, the man will bounce back. What say you, my man? What Easter Sunday and what say you?
Well, the thing about the Easter, I said it from the beginning of the show. I don't pay too much attention to these days. For me, I believe in the teaching. If I claim to be a Christian, I should follow the lifestyle and the teaching of Christ. That's just what Christianity is all about. And today, it's a very significant day. It just tells you about the death and the resurrection, the crucifixion, that Christ was the only Some people say he was a prophet, but at least as far as we concerned, it was predicted, and he was the only one that defied death and the grave. No other prophet in history was able to do that. And I said it before, like the whole issue of religion thing, whether you are from the Jewish religion or Islam or Christ or the Abrahamic faith, because they are all technically the same, is the resurrection. Because when Jesus, when the resurrection or the death and the birth of Christ was announced by prophet way before his time, it's one of the reasons the Jewish people have problem. It's the only difference between between Judaism and Christianity, the resurrection. Because in as much as the Jewish people expected the Messiah, they never knew as to which manner the Messiah was going to come. So even when the Messiah came, they still couldn't recognize it. That's what the problem was. That is the reason there was a sabotage for the resurrection that were Pontius Pilate and order during the Roman Empire said, y'all go and tell the people that his body was stolen, that he never resurrected, because it was that part of the Jewish faith that they never wanted to accept, that the Messiah has risen. And that's just where it is. That was the difference. So what are you looking at the Torah?
Yeah, but Monk, I want to challenge that. I want to challenge that dispute.
Okay.
I want to challenge your assertions because, you know, the Jewish people have claimed that they were not the one that killed Jesus. Rather, it was the Roman people who did that.
Yeah.
They have not distanced themselves from the fact that yes, they have some reservation. They disagree with Jesus. They did not believe in his teaching, his philosophies, and so forth. But they didn't go to that extent to kill him, though. It was the Roman people. They put it on the Roman people.
Well, they put it on the Romans because the Romans were the one controlling the empire at the time. They were the iron monarchy. They were the one making the rules and the law. But don't forget, before Pontius Pilate even came out with a decree, he still asked them. And they were the ones saying crucify him. So they were in support of his crucifixion because they feel he was blaspheming. Like you said, the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all the religious leaders of the at the time that were all Jews that studied the Torah and other secret texts religiously, they were the one pushing for a crucifixion. It's just that the decree came from the Roman Empire, but the Jewish people were also in support of his death.
Well, in their belief, in their religion, they believe in the first four part of the Bible, which is termed as the Torah from Moses.
Yep.
For biblical histories, they believe that this is the Una book and this is what they should go by. But then in some teachings, they try to let's say, I don't want to use to trick Jesus or to get Jesus to conflict himself or to contradict himself. To ask questions about things that Moses would say, things that Moses would do.
Yeah.
And when he provided answers to them, what I came to the tithe and offering, what I came to marriage, what I came to the 10 commandments and so forth, when he provided answers such as, I did not come, to undo what Moses did. It became a problem.
It became a problem for them because the teaching of Christ was totally different. It was contrary to the Jewish teaching. The Jewish people were all about law. It was all about this Mosaic kind of a relationship. It's all about law. And if Christ is talking about grace, it's about forgiveness, it's about giving, it contradicted the Jewish tradition. And tradition will come before religion. If you want to control a man, take hold of his tradition and custom, and it will be easier for you to manipulate him. So when Jesus came, he challenged the Jewish people tradition, and that's why they couldn't stand, because it was their way of life. For you to just have one God to come and change the entire outlook or the religious teaching of the Jewish people, no, they couldn't accept it. So in as much as they want to blame the Roman Empire, yes, but still the Roman Empire asked for their permission because they were the authority. They were the one passing the decree. But like I said, the Jewish people were the one that make the case for Christ to have been executed through a crucifixion style. That's what they did.
Yeah, but if you really look at it for true, their history, those who they claim to be blasphemers,
yes,
that's why they allow that particular thief, Barnabas, they allow him to go.
Yep.
Because they could easily forgive somebody who stole against the tradition and the culture. But anybody who blasphemed against the tradition and the culture, it was more like you're trying to get rid of the tradition and culture.
Tradition, it
became a problem for them from a systematic place.
Yeah.
So quickly to just add to that, or Steve, another business monk, now and then you will see that a common thief, let's just say that a common thief will be burned to death. But someone who is in Bessoy, who make it also live in poverty, will be held.
That's the same thing.
Well, even deeper than that, Melbourne, I'm glad you brought up that concept. In our society right now, you, myself, Lawrence, Sekou, Brazilian Monk, and other members of the SKTV team, and maybe even the radio media you guys work for, the stations you guys work for, we are hated. You know why? Because the system that be, the culture of criminality, the culture of disrespect to the law, they don't want us influencing that. They don't want us telling the Liberian people the truth. They don't want us opening the eyes of the Liberian people. So they get problem with us. No, they don't have problem with people who stole, who are sanctioned, people who kill, people who harm people. No. They work with them. They're comfortable. They're okay with them. But you and I, who's saying the truth now, we are enemy of the state. We are the problem. So guess what? They put $5 phone card on somebody. They put $2 on somebody's phone card, on somebody's phone, to come and talk foolishness when we're talking something that's supposed to reason and give them sense to say, hey, the thing what they got them doing, it's not helping us, it's not benefiting us. We have become the enemies or the people that are in the community by the problem people because we are educating, informing, and impacting our people. Simple. So they don't want that culture of impunity. They don't want that culture of stealing and criminality to stop. No, they don't. So they will do everything they can, even if they don't agree with somebody. Can you imagine our president, when he was running for the presidency, uses the word, I would dance with the devil. Do you know what that means? By the way, Monk, go ahead.
You said it right. It's just part of human nature. It's cultural. When people believe in a particular tradition and custom, anybody who opposes that tradition, they will bring you down. Even if the person is doing it for the right cause. Because you're a psychologist, I always say you into the social science issue. You know how human being can be hardwired when it comes to certain event or certain issues, right? It's happening everywhere, whether in media institution, whether it's in politics, it's just standard operating procedure around the world. That when you are deviant, when you are non-conformist that try to challenge the system, no. Even if you are doing it for a better cause, the very same people you are advocating for at a certain point in time, they will go against you. The reason being because human beings hate change. Human beings hate when you change the status quo. They hate when you change something they are used to. Look, why do you think in Liberia, people will go to the polls and vote for a warmonger or killer or somebody who can steal on a massive scale? And Melbourne just made a case. You look at petty criminals, and the reason these people are poor is almost like statistically proven that anywhere people live in poverty, crime rate always increase. If you are creating jobs, if you are creating a better economic condition for people, like a social ladder for people to take themselves from poverty, do you think you have those kids stealing from, those petty criminals all over the street? No. But yet there's still the very same people that created the condition will steal on a massive scale, and the people will let them to go free. But a kid that steals a cell phone will get burned to death. He will get beaten mercilessly. The last time we saw a video where they had this man sitting in a bed of ants, eating on his skin, crying. But guess what they were doing? Why about the one that steals in millions of dollars? They are allowed to walk scot-free. That's just humanity for you, and that's just the situation in Liberia. And it's not only limited to Liberia, it's just everywhere. When you challenge the status quo, let me give you a typical example in the media. The thing with Julian Assange. Why do you think Assange is still in prison today? Because the media is corrupt on a global scale. WikiLeaks were there. The reason WikiLeaks were established was to expose the criminal dealings of every government around the world, whether it's in America, whether it's China. But what they did was WikiLeaks hired a bunch of the top computer experts in the world, the top of the top hackers, and created an organization they call WikiLeaks, saying that every time the government engaged in criminal activity, you could be a Republican, you can be a Democrat, you can be from Communist China, we will expose you. And guess what? They suffocate him. He's dying every day. They can't even give him the air to breathe because that's just how it is. He challenged an establishment. He challenged the cartel. And every time you go against the status quo, they will make sure you pay the price. That's just what happened on Crucifixion Sunday as well when it comes to Easter. That's what it was all about.
So Lawrence, what say you? Because I see you just sitting, you're just enjoying yourself on the Easter Sunday. What say you, my man? What's your take?
I just came from church not too long, so I really enjoying the Easter. Like what Melbourne was saying a few time ago in the community, in Bonmines, a guy was killed, more violent. They collected him. They said he went somewhere to steal chicken. So other people grabbed him up to now. Nobody know the people who did it are they chopping. They had to rush him to the hospital when they got there after a few hours. So people who pass around and steal heavy money, you will see them moving the street free. If you see someone picking and go see somebody phone, you will see them run behind picking, the beat up, picking, the kill the person. So This is the country we find ourselves in. So we just got to keep pressing and see how bad we can make the country a better place for us. Because if you say you will pray from now to judgment day, God will not help you. You yourself got to help yourself to make it a better place.
Thank you so much.
God doesn't answer stupid prayers. That's just why it is.
Most definitely so. And the thing about it is, you know, one time I was at a church and someone came there and they said, you know, they wanted a prayer request, but this is what the person said. The person said, you know, they have an unspoken prayer request. And you know, I was leading prayer that day, so I told the person, well, we can't do unspoken prayer requests. The person said, why? Well, we can do unspoken prayer requests. So, well, then I said, you're not reading the Bible. Well, because the Bible says we should make our request known.
Request be made known, yeah.
Yeah. Let your request be made known. Then I tell to the person, I said, but why if the unspoken prayer request you are giving or you want us to pray for is for me to die? So that means I will be praying for me to die unknowingly? I said, no. So saying you won't get unspoken prayer request, care about your house, your family there, you have two unspoken prayer requests in your house. You understand? Because nobody's stupid yet that you can't do unspoken. Why if you are saying unspoken prayer request so you can tell somebody else more? So that means I was speaking in tongue there and shaking our head there for you to tell somebody else more. You understand? Why if you your unspoken prayer request for the pastor to die so you can tell what to check? You understand? So I had to clarify it to all that unfortunately we can't do the unspoken prayer request thing for security reasons. You know, we can't bring out the noise in the town. And she kind of understood exactly what was going on, even though she was there, but she kind of understood it. But another thing I saw these few days before we get to the politics, or before we get to the conversation. Another thing I saw these few days. Was I saw one video. Unfortunately, I didn't save this for all to play, but hopefully I will get back to it.
Yes. Sorry though, because even though you didn't ask me for mine, I was just chipping in for you and that Business Monk. But how be it? Let me just give you maybe a little happening today in Liberia, especially when it comes to the Easter and so on. And indeed, today is Easter Sunday, and our Liberians, those who are Christians, though they are, or in fact, they were seen today in the various church or maybe churches celebrating the our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That today that was the time that he became alive as a child of God, and also as someone who been doing everything possible for us as people. So there are a lot of saying, there are a lot of people that have been posting, people have been saying their own, and so on. Then going back to Jesus Christ's time, like you guys were already discussing about some of the corrections, because mind you, all of the books that we read talk about Jesus Christ came on this earth to do some corrections or to make some corrections, not to get rid of some of the old things that have been happening, but just to make some corrections. So then there are a lot of things that have been happening quickly, because I know that you want to talk about that video that come from Grand Mount, if I'm correct. If
Yes.
not, thank you. So people accusing people of being witchcraft. People accusing, or especially old folks, walking old folks to death in the name of their witchcraft. Bullying old folks because the person is poor, so you call them witchcraft. That in fact they are the one that is, I don't know, manipulating the community, not making the young people life to go forward, and so on. So indeed, there are a lot of reactions to that video. Actually, people are now saying that this is not the way that Jesus Christ, in fact, teach or preach on this earth during his time. So that video had to be discussed, and that video had to be looked at carefully. And I think the Council of Churches had to come in and sometimes, look at some of these things, because mind you, we are honor and one brother, and which of course is the Council of Churches. I agree that God will send people that he think that he can work with, but mind you also, bullying people, especially old folks, I don't think that's the right thing to do. So that's it. Thank you. For me, today is Easter Sunday, and we are celebrating, we are jubilating of our Lord Jesus Christ. So indeed, today we are happy. But thank to all of you for your points. Thank to all of you for what you just said. Even though we haven't yet seen any government official posting, mind you, I follow President Joe Biden. I follow your vice president on that side. She posted early this morning. I follow President Joe Biden. He's also posted about the Easter Sunday. But up to now, all of the government officials I follow, I haven't seen any of them posting about the Easter Sunday. I don't know the reason why. Maybe they're using other pictures. I don't know yet, but I stand to be corrected. From now on, we haven't seen any of our government officials, even including the president, posting about the Easter Sunday.
Well, Milton, thank you so much for the update.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Milton. You know, I picture people who go around and insult old people, because if you read the Bible says, children, obey your parents in the law, for this is right. And in the same Bible, there is a verse that says, honor your father and mother, so that the day of you will be long on the face of the earth. So people who goes around insulting other people, I picture their condition. Not only your parents who born you, but people who are older than you, you need to respect them. So when it comes to young people insulting other people, I picture their condition.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lawrence. Quickly, the video in reference. The video in reference. I saw a pastor. I saw a pastor praying and people around him, and how the old man need to release the youth in the community. And the old man got her, and the old man was telling him to stop. And similar thing that we saw in our other video, where unfortunately the old man died because they beat her, quote unquote, she was witchcraft. I saw the same foolishness, and I saw people behind him. And this young guy called himself pastor, and he's there yelling and talking a bunch of things that he himself probably don't know, how he rebuked the one, and the old man should get the children's future back and whatever it is. And I shook my head. I said, yes, foolishness in high places for truth. There we go again, witch hunting other people as witchcraft. I mean, when is this going to stop? When is the authority going to apprehend some of these, whether that men of God or not men of God, or whatever title they got going on? Because this foolishness needs to stop. We can't do this. We cannot do this. If you look, let me say this. Let me just give you guys a common sense issue. Let me give you guys a common sense issue. If you say the man is a witchcraft, do you know that our Constitution accepts all of these traditional practices? Do you know that? As evidenced by that, the chief zoo, that's Zanzankawa. Why are they going to Zanzankawa? And they get men going in the country that won't cast all demon and witchcraft. The big man. You're here today. The big man is Zanzankawa.
Steve, quickly, because maybe when you bring about Zanzankawa, then people will be a little bit, maybe they will be confused. But let's go back to the days of old, right? Who were those wise men that the Bible talk about? Let me be frank, Steve. I don't want our people to grab something. Like, for example, we talk about paracetamol, right? Paracetamol is for pain. There are people who are, they've been given the gift of healing people. They've been given the gift of, other things. Sometimes don't just see people and just describe to them as witchcraft. So what happened? Because mind you, even in fact, during those days, Jesus Christ disciples, some of them, they were physicians. And who are physicians?
Yep.
Steve, I want to ask Business Monk, who are physicians?
Luke was a physician.
Physician or doctor.
Physician, almost a doctor. They are doctors.
but first of all, first of all, saying you raised that point, Jesus was very strategic in picking his disciples. Jesus didn't just be losers. No, Jesus didn't just be losers. In fact, Jesus picked people who were counting money. Jesus be tax collector then.
Mafia.
Jesus be doctor. Jesus be people then who he knew that they could do certain things. But I'm saying this to say, at the end of the day, we need to get to the point wherein we'll understand, stop witch hunting the older people in our society in the name of their witchcrafts. And I hope, the government will take seize of this, whether the Internal Affairs Ministry, Justice Ministry, because this could get out of hand. This could get out of hand. Somebody who sees an older woman, an older man acting a certain way, whether they're mental health issues, whether the person is poor enough, they don't have food to eat or so forth, they're suffering, could say that person that wish, and they could go after them, beat them in the community and kill them or hurt them. I mean, this thing needs to stop. To be honest, it needs to stop. And the church people, nobody not saying your man not look for demon. Nobody not saying your man not be running around getting yourself harder. Nobody not say that. If that is what you choose to do, you can be bouncing around in the community, making noise all day, and just shouting that you're casting demon or whatever it is. In fact, since I've been knowing myself, and since I was in Africa or in Liberia, that one of the things that used to wake up, it just bunch of noise. You start wasting time, you start getting more harder. But you start going after the older people in the name of your casting out demons. It's wrong. It's unacceptable. You'll stop it. Again, if you think whatever cultural practice in our country is wrong, then the person that need to go responsible, the person that need to go to that Zanzan Kawa. And Zanzan Kawa that the chiefs do, what things Zoden can do? Zoden can pray? Zoden can fast?
They are witches and wizards.
Exactly. So then what the issue? If you can go after Zanzan Kawa, why are you going after other people? But people, you leave our people then. You leave the older people. To be honest, you leave these people. And you need to stop. The religious council, the religious church people.
People just forget about them. Those people are bunch of, those people are rogues. I mean, they look. That's why I said that the church have lost its essence. Look, Steve, you understand religion. One of the main reasons religion was created to put in place laws to keep society in check. They're supposed to be the moral police. When the government, even that when the government overstep her bound, that's why you have council or church. That's why you have religious community to keep the government in check. But you find even the pastor, the so-called religious community, the interfaith or the council or church, these people, they are after money. They are corrupt. So what do you expect? You see the proliferation of churches and mosques everywhere in the country, but yet the society is just getting worse and worse. It tells that there's no need, my brother. So the whole thing about religion and council or church is worthless, it's useless. Those days are gone. We don't have anything in Liberia in terms of morality to hold people in check. So you can forget about the council or churches. Why the essence? When the same council or church people are the one begging the government official for money, they are so corrupt, like even though they're not into government, but they are equally as corrupt as the people in government. So there's nobody to keep anyone in check. So you can guess that. The only difference is their culture of impunity, because when you take someone else's life in the name of witchcraft and walk away scot-free, that's when it becomes an issue, and that's where the government needs to step in to punish these people engaging in what kind of a lawless act. That's all I see. But the whole issue of council or church, brother, forget it, man. It's not working.
I agree with you, Monk. Folks, just quickly here, as part of the notification, we have Destiny Online TV. They're also relaying the program. For the past few days, they've been relaying the program. So we want to say thanks. Also, I think it's also relayed in Rhode County. So we seem to be all over the place having this conversation. But Monk, I want to transition to the politics, folks. I know we've been talking a little bit about religion and other things, and to those of you who are Christians, those of us who have that faith, again, happy Easter to all of us. Happy Easter. But let's get to the politics of the day, because I think that's important. Mark, today the conversation is, any expectations for the current administration, both Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Quinn? We've gone 60 days and more. What say you? We have 100 days deliverables. What say you?
I keep telling people there is nothing they call 100 days. The 100 days is just to give people a sense and an idea as to how you want to get your vision rolling. You got 6 years to operate, but the first 100 days is going to give people an idea as to what the president really trying to accomplish, what he's trying to achieve. That's an agenda. That's when you set the tone. It's almost like you're playing a soccer match, right? You follow soccer religiously. when the game starts, the first 15 minutes, even though it's a 90-minute, but the first 15 minutes, if you can really observe the game, it tells you as to which strategy both teams is implementing. That's what gave the fan, that's what gave the audience an idea that this is the system we're going to play with today. This is how we're trying to win this game. It's what the 100 days all about. The 100 days, it gave the voter an idea as to what you are trying to accomplish. And in the case of Joseph Boakai, we cannot even make sense of the first 100 days. That is why I'm not optimistic about the remaining 6 years or 5.5 years or 5 3/4 of a year. Either way you want to do it mathematically. I know. You see, Steve, for me, I love to take a position and be proven wrong because I don't see anything about being wrong. When you are being wrong on issues, sometimes being wrong is a learning process. It may you to change the way how you think, the way you analyze. For me, I love to be on the opposite side and let people to prove me wrong. In the case of Joseph Boakai, the reason I said if we were to have election today again and they were giving me a ballot to vote, I can never vote for Boakai because I know. I'm not talking about other people out there. People can vote for so many reasons. You can vote on travel land. You can vote because you are closer to Boakai. You think that you might get a job. You can vote because you are Unity Party partisan. But if I am voting, looking at the future of my country, there is no way on the planet I'm going to cast a ballot for Joseph Boakai because I know Joseph Boakai doesn't have what it takes to lead a country to success. I know that. And you want to argue, either way you can bring that argument, I will tell you why. And I will give you a reason. So whether it's a 100-day projection, whether it's a 5.5 or 6 year projection, man, things remain the same. Nothing. I don't expect. If they will do some things, it will be like the same way you had a Weah administration. You do one thing here and there, nothing comprehensive, nothing is together in terms of policy. Look, when you come to the Western world or any industrialized country, every president come and tackle a particular set of policy that people can tell you, say, you know what, this was what affected my life, or it affected the entire country, whether you are in Iowa or you're in New Hampshire or you're in California. That's what they call legislation. Like, let me give you an example, even though it was now a subject, but take, for example, immigration reform, Obamacare. These are things that affect people. If you were to go back 6 years before, and even right now, I am yet to see something that will give me an idea of a policy move that stands a potential of making people's life better. Whether it's healthcare, whether it's in education, whether it's in making a down payment of investment into the future, I am yet to see it. The question is, which of the top issue on Joseph Boakai within Joseph Boakai bucket list that is going to be given a higher priority? Joseph Boakai came with a rest, but then the budget is saying that the A and the T is already out of the rest. So technically, he's just resting. Now, take out the two, and we said it yesterday, right? That the two most critical aspect of the arrest agenda was tourism and agriculture. If you cannot even allocate budget for those two most important sectors, how do you want me to believe that Joseph Boakai will be successful? How? And I made a statement before, you almost like a kid that cannot recite his basic timetable telling me he will be able to solve calculus. The least thing you cannot even get it done. And you want me to believe that for the next 6 years, you are going to be successful. No, I'm not going to buy that. I know it will be the same 06 and 7, the same nonsense we got from the previous 6 years. 1 year and then no here and there until the 6 year runs out. That's it. That's what I would think. That's what I believe will happen. I can't stop my case for that.
Okay, well, you believe we can, but Mark, the people got money for part of this Boakai's agenda, especially the road. The people got money for it. I think they had 19 or 18 million. They got money for these agendas, though, for the 100-day deliverables. I know the other time you try to push Chairman Mity's ability on that, especially as a sitting representative and as one of the leaders in the House of Representatives. But there was no clear answer in my view as to if the money is not, that was allocated for a certain thing is not used for that thing. What is the outcome? What do we do? Do they refund the money? Also for 19 million, and that's more money, or 18 million, and that's more money. So what say you? Because money were allocated for these things, and we are 60 some more days into the.
We're going to 60 some more days into the first 100 days.
Yeah.
I keep saying it, it's the same here and there. You do one little thing here, you do another little thing there to give people the impression that you're making progress, but technically we're not making progress. It's the same thing. We talk about this. Even Leo came and re-amplify that particular talking point. That's why they come out with the word, they fix in what they call fiscal space. And we're creating extra money for this project that even though this one is going on, but we take some from here and put it. It's the same old thing. You will come out with all the initiated, you can go and write all your stuff on paper. At the end of the day, when it comes to implementation, you stand no chance. Let me tell you something, Steve. The reason you saw that article that I posted earlier that I tagged you to about Ethiopia, that people from the diaspora, how they are taking people from the diaspora.
Yeah, about 700,000.
Let me tell you something. I tell people in this 21st century, when you go to a country, you can know that they will make progress. The reason being, we are not living in the bureaucratic era where you got politicians just run the show. If you're not having innovative leaders, someone with idea that can think according to this new 21st century method of governance, where it's more of a kind of a transactional and business-led, you will not make progress. Look, let me give you another example. Do you know that people applying for asylum to go to London are being transferred to Rwanda? You know that Rwanda were giving 200 million to integrate immigrants from around the world to transition before getting a political asylum to go and live in London. How do you think they are doing that? It's innovation, it's smart leadership, because they see things that happen. They're seeing policy that affecting people's life. They're seeing good governance. They're seeing a president that is thinking into the future. Does Joseph Boakai look anything like to you that can think into the future? I mean, forget about the politics. Let's look at the absolute reality of it. Does Joseph Boakai look like anyone that is capable of pushing you further into the progressive future of the world? To assume that because you got policy on paper that he will be able to implement those things? No. We are in the same cycle of the previous 6 years and the present 6 years. He will run the clock, and when you ask everybody at the end of the administration, they won't be able to tell you what was his major achievement. Like the same thing happened with the Georgia administration. Can you tell me one policy on Georgia that the average Liberian can say, yes, we felt this impact in our life, whether it's in education, whether it's in healthcare? One major policy, you cannot name one. That's just it, because Georgia is not capable of running a country. So whether you allocate 1 billion to a budget, no. Somebody say, yeah, he built a park. I say, but they got countries that have been building parks. They got communities that have been building parks for the past 100 years. So just because they build a park in Labrador, how does the park in PHP affect somebody in Lofa County? Is that what you call policy? Georgia built a park. How does building a park in Morovia affect somebody in Bon County or kid in Bon County? How is that park going to impact his life? It's the same thing you will see with the Boakai administration. Joseph Boakai, I don't see any vision. I haven't heard anything from him. All I heard is love Labrador, build Labrador, and what do you say again? What? How you can say it? Love Labrador, think Labrador, and build Labrador, right? And that's the slogan.
Yeah, I don't even know that confusing concept, to be honest. Some days I don't know what's going on with them.
Think Labrador, love Labrador, build Labrador.
Yeah, I no disrespect, but I don't know what they be going on some day with them. With that whole, sometimes it seems like it's just like they, like you said yesterday. You know, when we used to say when President Weah was president, you know, who says pro-po? Who says that?
Who says that?
Even the slogan itself. When you really look at it for
it's insulting.
Form, it is insulting. It's degrading. It's demoralizing. Basically, I don't care how you turn that thing around. The first thing you're saying is you are admitting that our people are poor. So let's use the logic that they were for the poor people because that's what they wanted to say in our context. Pro-poor. Let's use the logic. Okay, since you were pro-poor, how did you change the life of the poor people that you already knew that were poor? How did you affect their life? Like you said, what are some policies? What are some things that it did that impacted the life of people? Yeah, I'm talking about on a bigger scale. And I'm talking about
national scale. That's what we call policy.
And I'm talking about building a park where, because the president of recreation, so you know, he built a park so that they can entertain themselves and do recreation there. And I'm talking about that. So then when you come to this, you know, think Liberia, build Liberia, and love Liberia. Let's look at it now, because they wanted to act like they care about Liberia during the campaign, and that's what they're running around with. Then let's look at some of the recent things that they've done that showed if they really think in Liberia, care labro, they care for labro, or they want to build labro. Let's talk about one of the president's very first move. I mean, let's be honest. When you look at the budget, it tells you if the president is thinking Liberia wants to build Liberia or love Liberia. Let's look at the budget.
And you American of all people. There's a man who was a major player they know. They who arresting it's a joke. You are not even serious because your budget is not even reflective of your own agenda. So why is that to argue? It's not coming from SKTV, it's not coming from me. It's coming from people on the rescue train. The chief architect within the rescue train telling you no, tell the total insult of Labrin point in a joke. So why is that to argue about?
So I mean, this is part of the concerns. But Monk, I wanna take this up. I want to take this a little further, Monk. If we can get the 90 days deliverables or the 100 days deliverables as a nation, if we can't get it, does it mean that this is the end of the Bwagale administration?
Well, because in the case of Liberia, because the voters there, they use different standard and different benchmark to give people credit. So I'm not going to expect them to say, you know what, if Joseph Boakai doesn't get it in the first 100 days, then that's the end of the administration. For me, it will be the end. I know it's the end already. I don't even have to reach 100 days because I can just tell. I know there is the difference between writing policy on paper and going out there to implement your idea and bring them into reality. I know there are two different things. And there are leaders who come up with these skills. That's why you're seeing Ethiopia. That's why you're seeing the Ghana of the world. That's why you're seeing the Ivory Coast. That's why you're seeing the Rwanda, because they are leaders. You check their background. These guys they're thinking kind of a business, like they are more into the business side than the political side. So you can see the result in their country. Their economies are growing by 7 or 8%. Some of the top on the continent. In the case of Liberia, no. And the voters are not even good. Look, some of the time you can listen to the callers' feedback. What you give hearing it, that we will talk until we get tired and we will stay long inside. So what you think? You think I'm going to expect people to hold into a higher standard even if he's not going to fulfill some of the pledges or some of his vision for Liberia? No. Even if he get it wrong in the first 100 days, it's not the end of his presidency because people are not going to hold it. No, Steve, let me give you a typical example. If you read history in Liberia, one of the most successful presidents was William Aratoba had policy that the average Liberian could feel. Let me give you one example. Total involvement for higher heart, from mat to mattress. All these things were government policy that affected the entire country. That whether you're in Sano County or you're in Maryland, can do with vision. Whether it was about coming up with entrepreneurship or let's just say increasing Liberian export. How many Liberians know under the top administration was shipping crawfish to Japan and South Korea that were building products, whether it was vinyl, whether it was making tires, whether it was mattresses, whether it was shoes, whether it was producing tobacco, building industry in Liberia that are putting people to work. Those are what you call policy. Since then, can you name me any government that came with a really transformational policy to change your ordinary person's life? Can you?
Mark, I know you're talking about the policies and so forth. But then what say you and maybe more and maybe Melbourne and Lauren, what say you guys about people with 60 plus days? What say you guys about people who say it's too early to criticize the government? The government has not even sat down. The government has not done that. What say you guys about that?
So, maybe before my colleague Lawrence come in, let me just say thanks to you, another business monk, for that wonderful observation about our government, especially moving into the 100 days and we're going almost 60 some more days into the 100 days. That means someone will say we go almost 80, maybe 85% of the 100 days. So that alone tells you that indeed, if you are not maybe observing what's going on or maybe what's going to be happening, then you have to check break because mind you, in the 100 days, we're going 60 some more days into the 100 days. Now, where are we as people? That's the question. And you people are already discussing all of the things. Like someone will say, we've been observing this thing. I don't know whether you will say observing Amakone, Amakone is one of the key person on the rescue train, whether you like it or not. And everything you've been saying, that's just a fact about the growth and development of Liberia. So if you come out today and say, yes, indeed, all of the budget, Liberia stand to benefit anything from the budget, then that alone tells you that, because mind you, you're talking about 700 plus millions, and you have your people benefiting only 51.9 million, then that means the people have no benefit into the budget. So it's right. And moving forward into the 100 days, for me, I can tell you that there are a lot of things happening behind the scene with the appointments, the holding and pulling, people shifting our blames. President, we are damaged the country because these are feelings that we are getting from some of their high propagandists, or how you may call it, that in fact they are not becoming to shift blame that the president damaged, or the former president damaged the country and so on. And we agree that the country was damaged. Now you come in to rescue us. Tell us exactly what you can do. How are we going to survive under your leadership? The price of commodities are still going up. Whether you like it or not, even they will come and tell you, say, yeah, today they drop 0.20 cents, 0.5 cents. But look, this thing have no effect on our people because the prices keep going up based on the US rate. So where are we? We are still moving on, and people are still complaining transportation fares are still the same. So the 100 days, I can simply tell you that the president may not achieve the 100 days based on the prevailing situations, things that are happening, things that are ongoing, especially when it comes to governance. Someone was just telling me that, in fact, there are huge questions of security in the night, especially governments. These are information that we're also getting. So we don't know for reason why, and they are not even informing us as to what's going on, because Mayu, Honorable Accra Moses Gray, also posted out that, in fact, there are huge presence of governments in the street at night. So you got to communicate to your people. Tell us who are those security, what are they doing, and what are they there for. But other than that, we just start moving.
What Sarah's Monk, really quick, man. I'd like to know, do you think it's early, it's too early? We're 60 some more days, 60% of this 90 days already gone, basically, of the 100 days, I mean. And we're 40% left. Is it too early to criticize or to call out or to speak out?
Well, looking at the 100-day standard and the benchmark that has been set universally, I won't say it's too early. Look, I never expected Joseph Boakai to come to the presidency and start building roads and skyscrapers in 100 days. I expected Joseph Boakai to have made some move that would have given the ordinary person a sense as to where he wants to go within 6 years. Most especially when it comes to accountability, when it comes to war and economic crimes code, when it comes to reform. Look, Steve, every fundamental institution in Liberia is broken, from the constitution to your business and tax law, to even your, or how they call it, your electoral laws. Everything in Liberia is broken. That's why I keep telling folks, you can change your president all you want. You can bring people, you can play your politics, your tribal politics all you want. At the end of the day, if the country is not making progress, it means you are the one that keep losing all the time. Yet you might be successful in winning an election. But what is the essence of winning an election just for the sake of winning an election? If you are winning election and Liberia is retrogressing, how does it benefit you or the future generation? That's the question. You come to the presidency, a man that have been in politics for more than 2 generations. He's making rookie mistakes. He's yet to settle his own government in terms of, look, Steve, when you live in this country, when you're talking about the 100-day period, first of all, a president, from the moment he's announced president that he won an election, they get certain individual that is ready to go from day one. That short period of time just between the election and inauguration, they got the team ready. Not only the president with his agenda, they got a team of individuals in certain critical institutions in government ready to hit the ground running on day one. If you can even give me a sense of your own transition from election to inauguration, and you want to tell me that you got playing for 6 years when I can't even get a glimpse of what you're trying to achieve within the first 100 days. So I'm not saying it's too early to criticize, but you are giving me every reason to criticize early. That's the difference. Because the 100 days supposed to set the template, is the benchmark. It's like you building your house. You cannot build a house without a foundation. Why you got architect? He gave you the design, he gave you the structure. So the moment the material come right, you hit the ground running. You can't even give me the blueprint and you tell me you're going to build a skyscraper. My brother, maybe it can work with some people. It's not going to work with me. And I know, like I keep saying, this whole idea of being an effective chief executive or commander in chief is not within Joseph Walker limit. So for me, I can predict that this 6 years is going to be the same old stuff that we get. I'm not expecting anything out of the ordinary.
So Lawrence, what say you? Some people say it's too early to criticize. We've gone 60 days and plus. Some people say it's too early. What say you?
You know, Steve. Our old people get it. They say when you made a farm, the way you will see the rest coming out, you'll be impressed. You say, "Yeah, I'll get something good from the farm." So, you know, people who are telling us it's still soon to criticize, they don't know what it's saying, because the first we got almost 60 days plus now. I've been told, yes, you're telling me, say, oh, the woman facing role in low faculty, the woman is doing the work, but we still watching it to see. So they say it's still early. How long for the 100 days? But we know this country.
Well, I just don't get it. Whoever is saying the woman facing role there, the woman doing this, it's maybe this policy need to be made clear. How is the woman facing role? What's going on? What is you don't just wake up, that like we need to know. We need to be informed. And if the woman is facing role in Lofa, then we need to be informed so that we can let Labrampo know what he's doing. But it can be, there's not a top secret thing. There's not a thing where you let them keep it on cover and we'll do also. No. This is government, right? But Mark, let's get into a little bit more of this conversation, because I mean, people need to see some of these things and hope and wish though. And if we've gotten to the point wherein there's these petty concerns that are raised, such as, even setting up I think the chairman is here. Chairman Musa Ability is here. Chairman, how are you?
Good evening from Nimba County.
Yeah, Chairman, I like that. I like that shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I let it share for you to say thank you. I said that cool. I said it for you. I let it share.
But come pick it up when I will hang it when you call. I will just pass it.
Wait, get that kind of fan share for? Look at that kind of share. Why?
My man, I'm the Igbo of this place. Yeah, what you talking about?
Well, Chairman Musa Belede, welcome to the show. Chairman Representative Musa Belede, it's good to have you on. Thank you for keeping the word that you will be back today. We want to welcome you folks. Chairman Musa Belede is here with us in this conversation since we're having a conversation about national issues. Chairman Musa Belede, quickly, let's start the conversation. What's going on with you? How is the family? How's everything?
Well, it's okay. I mean, we're up here. Normally we come here. It's Easter, so the grandchildren are also here. So getting ready to go to work. As you know, the president called us, to go back after the delay in the submission of the budget. And then we'll call back. The Constitution gives him that right. So we're going back tomorrow. So, but everything is okay.
Everything is okay. Chairman Musa Belede, before we get into the politics, I want to get into human conversation to be human here about life and issues. Most recently, we saw you demonstrating leadership, posting about the challenge your son or family member is faced with when it comes to substance abuse or addiction in Liberia. And let me first say in this public manner that, our hearts are all to you and your family, and prayers are offered for you guys. How is everything? How is your family handling this and managing it? I know this is tough for the family. for you, but just to muster the courage to be, the one to break this news to the world and also to the Liberian people at large. How do you react to people who are reacting, the different reactions? How are you feeling about everything? What do you say?
Well, look, it is what it is. That's the danger our children face. That's the danger our country face. And so it just goes to say that there's no exception to the danger drug poses to our communities, to our children, and in general to the future of our country. So how people react to it, I don't have control over that, but I'm quite heartened by the huge outpour of support for the family. It was quite overwhelming, so I'm very happy for that. But in the end, you don't expect everybody to say the nastiest thing. That's the kind of country I was listening to you when you say how we are abusing other people, and there's nothing that anybody is doing about it. Perpetrators are not being arrested, and I say to myself, yet we ask God, what is going on? But what is going on right before our eyes? So how people think a young man is an adult, all we can do as a family is to offer him the moral support that we have continued to do so. But what he did as a substance abuser is a breach of the law, and then you have to face the consequences therein.
Yeah, some of the reactions we read and some of the reactions we've gotten as well, people reached out to us personally, and some people came up in public as well to show support. Most people have said you've shown leadership and so forth. But I want to divert the conversation just a little bit to this Easter Sunday, and maybe for the record, some people who don't know, your wife is a Christian, and I stand to be corrected on that. And you are fasting. You're in the Ramadan season as well. What do you say to Christians around the world and in this season? This is very big for our religion. What do you say? What say you?
Well, yes, it's true. My wife is Christian. We've been that way for 27 years. No problem, zero problem. We tolerated each other. And I'm very proud of, the family that we raised. And so, this is fast month, so normally she will come out, wake up in the morning, fix my tea and stuff for me. In the evening, prepare dinner. So we are very, if not the most liberal, or we're one of the most liberal family in Liberia. We're diverse. We support each other. The children are free to do what they feel, what they see best for themselves. Personally, for me, the boundary that religion poses, I don't see it. I see that there's God, and I refuse to identify the barrier that we see through religion. I've never seen that. I went to Christian school. I got Christian education. It never shook my faith, but at the same time, it never made me to disrespect Christian. I got married in the church. And so, yeah, I'm married in the church.
Yeah, but Chairman, I mean, we're laying the grounds for the conversation today. But what say you to some of our men, who been jacking, the one married Muslim woman, but they been jacking, and what say you been in that 27 years? Muslim women, one married Christian man. What say you, because you are living testimony to like you said, those religious barriers,
Yep.
you don't see.
You don't see it.
And how have you kept your marriage, you know, and your children, you know, from different religious background? You know, what advice you get for, you know, some of your beginners who they hardcore and they want, you know, what do you say?
Go after your heart. Go after the love that you have for the other person. Disregard the religion. Look, it's an artificial barrier.
It is.
Chief, you cannot have so many religions, but all of them just pointing to one goal. Something is not right. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, God couldn't have been the one to have told the Christians, be Christian and turn around and tell the Muslim, be Muslim. You know, religion, and I'm truly sorry, you know, if I offend somebody tonight. But religion for me is a man-made barrier.
There you go.
I see one God.
Yeah.
And I think that he's been misinterpreted. He could never have created this world and deliberately created so many religions. I you know, that would say that he's not an honest God with the power that we say he has. How then does he create so many ways that divide the world, divide the family, you know? And we know that he's a just God. Chief, at the end of the day, let's be realistic. You read the Bible, the same prophets. You read the Quran, they talk about. I mean, Moses could never have been of three religions. Moses could not have been Judaism, Islam. Come on, man. You know, it's even though we can go back 2,000 years to get these people to come and testify for us, but what happened was that I think when ego and the same power begin to separate, you know, and now that I'm a politician, I'm a little bit sensitive, but I do know that coming down the line, you know, all of these separation took place when one prophet goes, or he's from this side of the world, and then another one comes from this side of the world, and the divide in the Arab war, or let me use the word in the Middle East. You know, the Middle East apparently is the cradle of modern religion, and so it comes over all of these divisions, you know, with the Jews, the Muslim, but Chief, it doesn't exist. You waste your time. When I've been married to my wife for 27 years. Christmas come, we dance in this place, we enjoy Christmas. Muslim holiday come, we dance, we enjoy ourselves. I see no mark on me.
So Chairman, well, folks, we're in conversation here with Chairman Musa Bility. We'll be getting here to the conversations for today, but Chairman, let me ask you the last question. I'm suspecting that you're an Arsenal fan. You know, I saw you the morning when Arsenal were drawing. You try to send signal. You know, I don't know if you're one of the 15s, but you try.
No, you know, my football attitude is very crazy. You will not believe it. Well, I currently, I'm a Manchester United fan. I saw the game today. I definitely don't like Manchester City. In fact, my attitude towards football, if you stay too long, you know, just being the only team dominating, I tend not to like you.
Yep.
And Arsenal has struggled for almost 10, 15 years. Last year, they came very close. This year, they built a much better team. And today, they face up to Man City in a way that no other team could have. I mean, you saw them even holding Man City in their own defense.
Yeah,
they played today.
I saw the game. It was
a very balanced football game. So I enjoy it. Okay, and that's why I say.
Well, we'll be paying attention to you this time, because if you any attempt to switch, then we'll have some problem. How to
no, again this season, I want Arsenal to win the championship. Okay. You know, they work for it, man. Come on, they work for it. They you know, they are not like, and that's some of the things I hate about this so-called big clubs and Manchester United, Arsenal has a history of staying with the coach. 2 years ago, it was like the coach was in a dungeon. It was there, but they kept him.
Yes.
Today he has turned it around. You know, they kept Arsene Wenger for almost 20 years or
Yes.
more. So, you know, Arsenal is a faithful football. And the most amazing part of Arsenal is their fan. 3 years ago, they used to beat them like market door. But by the time Arsenal draw one game, they had to say not the UEFA Championship.
Anyway, let me leave it there because we don't want to get you in trouble with the president.
So I think their resilience.
We don't want to get you in trouble with the president. Especially when we start talking about they lost 3 years ago and the thing they can be happy when they draw one game. So we don't want you to be in problem with the president. We know President Joseph Yuma Boakai, even in his latest conversation with BBC, he even mentioned his love and support for, you know, Arsenal. And also your counterpart in the legislature, Senator Dillon, we don't want you to run into a situation you can't handle way into. So we'll leave.
Because of Dillon, I can't support Arsenal for them.
Okay, no problem. Well, let's transition. Let's transition into the conversation of the day, the politics of the day.
Yeah, please.
Sometimes it's important for us to have some of these folks help us to share the show. We do have the chairman on here. Monk, any question for the chairman? Because today we got a chairman here. We want to have an open discussion with him. Any question for the chairman?
I have a question for the chairman, but like you know, yesterday we had a conversation on this show. We were talking about the role of parenting, and when we saw that particular release from the family, I was like, wow, this is one of the smartest things I think most have done. You see, we said it on the show yesterday that as a parent, you want for your children to do better than you. You want them to come out to be great people of society. But at the end of the day, their personal decision lies with them. You can only play your role and hope for the best. They will make that final decision. But you know, when these kind of stories come out, you still question yourself as a parent. You be like, was there a place that I got it wrong? Did I not do something right? I want to ask the chairman if he ever had that thought, that based on the story that came out today, because this man's a businessman, he into politics, it means there are certain rules and discipline that he followed to get into where he is today. But when you get your Pekin, your son, and they make some kind of a crazy mistake, still, no matter what, you will still ask yourself that question. You will not say it in public, but I guess when he's somewhere secret, be like, maybe I blundered somewhere. Was there something that I didn't teach the kid or I didn't show him that would make him to engage in such an action? I wonder if the chairman ever reached to that stage at this point in time.
Let me welcome Honorable Sekou Kenneth first. The way it feels looking there, the fast coming carry. But more good question.
Yeah,
I know. I can see it.
We're getting there now.
Yeah. More good question. I do ask myself that. I got the best of education. You went to school in America, high school and college. Got a college degree, came back to Liberia. Got a job, a good job at my company. But, you know, I don't have, there's nothing that I can think about that I should have done, except as a father, sometimes the struggle between staying more time with your kids and going to work and then facing society, it can affect the family. Then leaving them to grow sometime by themselves, even though you think that you're giving them everything. But sometimes raising the family, it's not just money, it's keeping them closer, keeping them on their toes. So if you ask me today, I would say there is one place that I feel that I should have done more. And hopefully, I'm hoping that, you know, when he gets out of this, he will accept to do the necessary, like rehab or whatever, so that he can come back to life. I mean, he doesn't need to look for a job. He has a job waiting for him. He has a life that he can live. But yes, that is the one thing, time with the case. All of us that are living the life we are living today, that's one thing, we deprive our families
Time.
of the opportunity to be with them. When I look around, Monk, I don't praise myself, but all of my children, I've established education endowment for them. They go, they just pick their school, and then I definitely they go to that school. So they have no issue with education, but it is not all to it. Sometimes you do all of that, you still have to mentor them. Growing up, I spent a lot of time with them, but transitioning into adulthood and me transitioning into business through politics, cut us off somewhere, and maybe these are the consequences. So I do share some responsibility. No responsible father will shy away from saying that, oh, he is his own person, he did what he did. You should look for what you didn't do. Don't just say you did everything. So for me, I think maybe I should have spent more time with him. Maybe.
Wow. All right. Sounds great. I mean,
Yeah.
the only question for now for me on that issue.
Okay. Well, Mr. Kenneth, welcome to the show. Let's say you got any question for the chat as we already started conversation.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm hearing myself. Okay, I think I don't know for some reason. Are you guys getting any feedback? I got you much better now. Yeah. So first of all, I want to say thank you to you guys for the show, and then a big thank you to the chairman for showing up. Kind of like testing back and forth. When he tested what time do we want him to come on, I was sleeping, so I wake up when I saw that. I told him they can come on anytime, so that's why he didn't come on. They texted me what time do you guys want me to come on? That time I was gone. I was sleeping because I didn't sleep all night, So, by the way, this is the last 10 day of Ramadan, so we spend the whole night praying. So it takes forever, for you to sleep. So when you get a little chance to sleep in the morning, you got to take a nap. But yeah, Mr. Chairman, welcome to SKTV once again. As we have now, made this our weekly routine where when you call the chairman to come in and share light on that stuff. But again, the politics is getting very serious in Liberia, and before I go to the chairman, man, let me say this, man, to our followers, fans, and well-wishers. I'm not happy about people not sharing the show. I'm not sure whether you have made emphasis on this, but we have to wake up from sleep and start sharing the show. People can just come and enjoy themselves, but they don't share the show. And they forgot to know that we don't have money to buy viewer to come and come watch us. We don't have money for that. So the regular people that you share the show with are the people that we depend on to come and watch our show. So please, folks, when you come on, encourage your friends, share the show with your friends. Also, Facebook, like when you have people watching you, the reactions, like those hot Facebook, like those for the platform, it keeps on the platform to grow. Those are some of the good things Facebook like. When you have somebody that you like, the chairman is on now. If you are this man is your chairman, even for your district, They mess on that. Give the mess on heart. Give the mess some, some good reaction. People love those things. But people they want to India and Bangladesh go back viewership to come. We're not going to do that. We got one person watching here who will be here. We got 2 people who will be here. I just want to be clear on that. We have thousands and maybe even now hundreds of thousands listening to us on the radio. Way more than you can get on Facebook. Now we are
the whole Northern Liberia is listening to you.
Exactly. So we
are Bon.
Exactly. So we're on the radio.
So
we have even more people watching there. We have on the YouTube. We have a lot of people watching there as well. Sometimes the YouTube nowadays, YouTube sometimes viewer can be more than some Facebook. If a lot of people transition to YouTube. But you want to make those things clear. When you come on the show, please share the show. We love that. We appreciate that so much. So, Mr. Chairman, right now, the hardest thing right now in Liberia is the budget. Some of your colleagues they're trying to maybe mislead the Liberian people, or they were just doing it out of ignorance. We don't know. They carry a portion of the budget, making it to look like this government is better, this government is doing good, this government, in fact, cut budget as opposed to increasing it. But then, at the same time, they cut the budget, they cut down the president budget, but then they put it somewhere in the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of, and the NSA. And this budget, you guys are coming back. You guys been called back to come and pass the budget quick, so we can get something going. Have you perused this budget? And if so, are you on board of passing this budget as soon as possible? Or you have some things that needs to be ratified before you vote for it? Can you hear me?
No, I missed your question totally.
All right, I was asking you, have you gone through this budget?
Yes, I'm doing it.
And if so, are you ready to pass it, or you have some questions?
No. Look, Sibu, the budget is oh God, it's dishonest and it's worthless. Look, what hurts me about the budget is the dishonesty.
Okay.
The budget is steeped in propaganda, and I know, and this is one thing that I will now hold the president responsible for, because budget is a technical thing. So we along with I have some resources from Senator Amara Kone and some other senator. I also have some resources that I'm handling myself. And I will share some very basic information with you to tell you how, dishonest the whole budget process is. And I'm going to focus on just the Ministry of Finance budget.
Mm-hmm.
It may be sometimes minute, but it says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what bothered me more than anything else about this budget. The sheer dishonesty. Scratch car, Ministry of Finance, under George Weah, was $57,000 in 2023. In 2023 budget.
Okay.
This budget that was submitted to us,
Mm-hmm.
they increased by 49% to $85,000.
Hold on. From $55,000 to from 40 something to 50
From
to
57K,
57 to 80
yeah, to
to
85K.
85. Okay.
Machinery, quote unquote, I don't know what is even that. Machinery and equipment under George Weah government was $69,000. This is finance ministry. I'm not even going to all the ministries. $69,000. Under this government, it has increased by 116% to $149,000.
Hold on.
Foreign travel.
No, hold on. I want you to repeat that one again.
Machinery and equipment.
Yeah, I want to write it down.
Machinery and equipment. Machinery and equipment. From $69,000 in 2023 to $149,000 in 2024. Foreign travel, $80,000 in 2023 to $120,000 in 2024.
Wow.
The DSA for foreign travel increased by 356%.
Wow.
From $31,000 to $135,000.
Okay.
Domestic debt increased by 156%, from 27 million in 2017 to 59 million. That
from 27 million?
Yes.
To 59
this is only one place where I will understand the logic, because this may show that the previous government did not pay all of its domestic debt, so they consolidated it.
From 27 million to 59 million?
To 69.
69, okay.
Yeah. Something like publication, like, when they are publishing paperwork. From $377,000 in 2023 to $549,000 in 2024.
Just for publication?
Yes.
Okay.
There's something somewhere in the Ministry of Finance they call CAG department. They had a $6 million budget. That budget was increased by 100% to $12 million.
Okay.
The budget department of finance ministry increased from 6 million in 2023 to 11 million in 2024.
Wow.
Look, Sego.
With full answer.
Plenty. So what I'm saying to you is, and I'm going to remind my colleagues, our responsibility does not include at this time increasing the budget amount. You understand? Our responsibility is to take it from one place to put it in another place. That's what the Constitution says. We can appropriate it. You understand? That authority is us. We cannot say if the government Liberia say they're going to raise only 679 million or 69 million. We can't say by force they're going to do that. But how they spend it is our obligation. This is just the ice of the tip of the iceberg. So the budget is saddled with what I call dishonesty. So you cut the legislative budget, and they cut our budget by almost 50%. And I support that 100%. I'm not against that. What I'm against is the fact that that court does not have any impact anywhere.
That's the thing. Because it was caught, and then put somewhere.
If you take almost $29 million for a legislature, where is it going? So, look, I'm preparing a whole analysis of this budget, and we have a team that is working on it. The budget in its current form, I will never vote for it. Never. It does not represent honesty. It does not represent what it takes to take the country out of the current state it is in. So for me, we got agriculture, we got healthcare. Simple. I have a hospital here that almost 40-mile radius, there's no other hospital. Last year, there was $75,000 allocated for it. It only got $25,000. This year, they allocated the same. This is a county that voted over 1 million for Unity Party. Then you are telling us that our life will not change. No, that's not the deal. The deal is you have to be different. You have to do things differently. And there are a lot of things that are not being done the same way. Asset recovery is a fiasco.
Oh,
big one.
Asset recovery is a fiasco?
It's a fiasco.
But we got insulted when we say it was a joke from the onset.
It's a joke.
Okay.
It's a big joke. At the end of the day, simple, the law that makes public suru to take vehicle as new as it is and buy it as cheap as he bought it and call it his own property was not brought in by CDC. It's a Unity Party government law. The tenure issue, all of the tenures that we are fighting on today, they were all one after the other created. But my argument is, I remember vividly when the Georgia government moved to cancel all tenure positions. Unity Party was the champion of and they had good dominance in the legislature, and so that law did not go anywhere. At that time, they were moving to protect their former officials. Today, we have argued as though that law does not exist. How do you, one of my cars was arrested. One of my pickups.
By the rescue police?
Yes, and I went to GSA. I asked them, what you arrested my car for? Didn't you see the registration on it? But the guy, the deputy for administration, he was so intelligent, he made it hard for me to react the way I wanted to react, to just give my car back to me. But I'm just saying to you, I'm for government assets to be recovered. And the CDC people need to stop whining because they did the same thing. They set up the same committee. But I'm just sorry for our country because we just go in the same circle. The same circle. The one person come, the same thing, you call it yellow today, tomorrow, that very same thing, you call it white.
You call it white or blue.
So we are just in this vicious circle, up and down. You want to recover asset? Simple. 2 months. there was a transition.
Yeah.
2 months. You had 2 months to go to GSA, to go to ministry to know how many cards government got, what are the documents, and log it. And then when you come back and take government, compare it, and those that are lost, populated to say the following vehicles belong to the government Liberia and they are missing. If you know anybody who or has it, in fact, you can even put a reward on it. And say, if you find a car, you bring it, we'll give you 200 pounds. All the car will come. But you just, bury your hair in the sand. You take some people and the inconveniencing people, arresting them, usurping the function of the police, and stabbing people. Anyway, maybe because of my status, they can stab me. But if I was just a normal civilian, I would never surrender to that kind of attitude. You want to recover asset, get the police, and it's easy. You don't have to issue individual warrant. Get a list of government or property that have been missing, publish it, go to court, and get what they call search and seizure.
Yeah.
Once you get a warrant, you say, this car here, I got a document from the court, it should be arrested. Finish.
It is called due process.
That's called due process.
You don't even know anything.
You
Just
about 17,000 votes ago. You don't think that if it was not for due process and respect for rule and law, a sitting government surrender power to you with a vote of 17,000 below the margin of the invalid vote?
Yeah, way below.
The invalid vote was 24,000. So when you win an election like that, you have to behave in a certain way. That means people follow the law and you have won the election. Recover the assets. And I'm 100% in favor of going after people who are taking government property. But don't rush. Just establish the procedure. Make sure you know. Bossman, if you're going or are looking for car, what kind of car are you looking for? What is the name of the car? What type of the car? What is the, how you call this thing? The VIN number.
The VIN number, yeah.
What
What you looking for?
No, what happened? They want to arrest based on, speculation, based on based on maybe, so that you should prove that you should prove the ownership. Instead of the government proving that the ownership of the properties, but they're telling you, we got a right to stop anybody on the street, that you should prove to us that it's for you. That's a complete joke.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so at the end of the day, the point I'm trying to make to you is that for everything that we do and the way that we are doing it, in the life that we live in Cebu, with the experience of the Unity Party, I am very, very disappointed. And for me, I think I'll call the Minister of Justice to put his feet down and call the asset recovery team, reorder it, establish the government assets that are lost, and say, first of all, by the time you establish the assets, you will know who got it.
Yeah.
It's not even going to be a big deal.
So
Mr. Chairman,
just to make this conversation more interactive, we listen to the guys on the street. I heard one of them saying that not because the car is registered with the government or with Ministry of Transport, it means that the car belongs to you. That anybody can just take anything to Ministry of Transport, they will just register it, your name. Is that true? Is that how things work in Liberia? So I can go steal Musa Belete car and just go to Ministry of Transport and they'll put in my name with no trace, nothing whatsoever.
I don't want to believe that.
That's what one of the people say. I don't know, it was Gwangwe or one of they said you
It's not true.
Go, yeah, he said you
It's
can
not
just
true.
go, take anything,
It
any
is.
car
It
they
is
will
not
just go
true.
and register it.
I know it is not true.
But isn't that an insult to the system?
That's a blatant diabolical lie.
Yeah.
The vehicle registration system at the Ministry of Transport is functioning very well. If you go there without the signature and the telephone number is there, you got everything in the system. When you carry that car, that person who signed that original, who that car is for originally. I have arrested vehicle that I assigned. They didn't steal it from me, but I assigned to them, and then they were not bringing it back. They wanted to go and time to renew it. This person wanted to renew it, and the minister called me. That's how I retrieved the car. So, when it's right, let's say it.
So those guys were lying.
And this is the problem in our country. People just say you must just be government negative. Even if the government does something right, you must not talk about it. The attempt by President Bola to retrieve government assets is a good thing. It must be done. And we need to set the example. In this 6 years that we have, we need to pass even a transitional law so that some of these things can be put in a transitional law and it can be properly managed. If this idea of auctioning government property to only the user is not a good thing, then let's do it so that it can be a popular option. So when it's 3 years, the government want to buy the minister a new car, that car should be relinquished to an auction service so that the government can even make more money than the person who is buying it. But while the laws are on the book, they're not good for our country, for the government sitting to violate the law. So for me, it's just for them to correct what's not properly done. And then those that are in possession of government property, I think they should be brought to justice. I think that those property should be arrested. And that it is the right thing. Ellen Johnson Sally did it. I remember she did it. Okay. Before Ellen Johnson Sally, Charles Taylor did it. Under Charles Taylor, there was Paul Mulba who was tasked with retrieving government vehicle. Ellen Johnson Sally did it. George Weah did it. She had Mirabro to take the car from the people. Okay? If Joseph Barker does it, it is okay.
Yeah, so Mirabro was city mayor, and then later on under George Weah, Mirabro, she became the GSA head. And Paul Mulba for charge. Paul Mulba was a police director. Those guys that wear the Walmart construction vest to come on the street, who are they?
Diego, for me, the way I see it, we're in a very difficult spot. Anything can be made right. It really doesn't matter who stands on behalf of government to check what is lost. The GSA has the authority under our law and has a responsibility to care for all assets of government. So it's been done to the right organization. My argument is the government must not do an exercise that it has no control over. Arresting patrons through the car. He shows a document. Whether it's $1 that is written on it, or it's a government document that vehicle is no longer for him. I mean, for the government. Even if it were there free, you can't do nothing about it. Change the law. I'm not even sure whether it was a law. I think it was a regulation or something. Even this budget that coming here, we can put it in the budget law to say all government assets must be depleted at certain year. So under the law, anything, any car that the government buy, you can put in the budget law that that car should last for a certain period of time. And if it has to be auctioned, it should be auctioned through a public auction. Finish. You close your whole matter. So that my argument there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Well, that I know we're talking about the budget, and you said you just hit just one ministry, which is the Ministry of Finance. Chairman, let me ask this question: did you guys ever send this budget back before, or is this the first time that you guys are seeing it?
No, we met a budget on the floor. Normally, legislature is very funny. Everything that is before the legislature, when your term finish, that thing also dead. You know,
Right.
it cannot be considered again. It dies. You have to resurrect it. You see the war crime document. It was passed before, but it stayed in the Senate, and then they turned it died. So now, we met the budget. It was before the House there. We couldn't do anything about it. The law would not allow us to do anything. But the right thing to do was, and the fairest thing to do was to say, this is not a budget submitted by President Joseph N. Boakai. Therefore, we should send it to him, let him design it. Just imagine forcing JNB to implement budget according to the vision of George Weah.
Right.
That is most unfair.
Sure.
But we thought the right thing to do was to send the budget by him. We did.
Okay.
And you guys sent it back to him, and it came out again. It came out short. And we scratched that article yesterday that even though it was sent back to him to kind of design it that would be in alignment with his own vision, and then he sent it back only to find out that it was not. It's a total contradiction of even his own vision. So
the budget is very bad. The budget. I've never used this word, but I'm very, very flabbergasted by the budget.
No, but Chairman, when you be using word like flabbergasted, my own man, I can't understand you. Can you please break it down? You mean you discouraged, disappointed? What is something that
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I'm disappointed. Look, the old man sitting down in Secretariat, I voted for JNB. Did not vote for JNB because they love JNB. They voted for JNB because they feel about voting for JNB, their life would not be the same again.
right?
With this budget, what do you say to that old man? That you have to wait 1 more year for your life to change. Because there's nothing in this budget that changed anything different from what we had. I dare anybody to show me anything in this budget. It just changing a goalpost.
Yeah, change the figure. That's it.
I mean, and what to me that's dishonest. Because if you take from a government that was elected on the basis of popular honesty, arrest, all those
fancy acronym.
Yes, they removing the president budget completely, to the extent, gentlemen, for your information, there are areas where there is even zero for the president. And then, and if you want me to bring that up, I can bring it up.
Yeah, but
Because they want to
we
make
have-
the president look good. They want to make it like this when Joe Baga say, You know, I spent all my 12 years in government. I never stole money. I even live on loan for my upkeeping. But then all of a sudden, the Lobaka spending millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, even before taking office, while he was living on loan.
Yeah, but Chairman Musa Belede, let me while you're trying to pull that up, you know, and this is sometimes where even when we are on here as panelists, you know, Sekou and Monk would be on the same side, and sometimes I will go rogue on both of them. It's because Joseph Boakai, I don't care what we say, Joseph Boakai is the president. This budget, as far as we're concerned, is approved by him. He's aware of it. He knows what's going on. He was the one that they elected, and he brought a budget to the Liberian people. So whoever he put to make the budget,
Steve, I you know, I have to disagree with you. Look, nobody will tell you that the president carves the budget. You understand? The Constitution says this special work, the president's right will be to put people there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't perform properly, the Constitution says he can remove them.
Right.
So now that these holes are being punched into the budget, then maybe the president should look. But Sekou, if this budget goes back, then you will blame the president? That us. We're supposed to fix it now. There's no reason for even anybody to criticize anything. The Constitution of the Republic of Liberia gave the decision to appropriate money to the legislature. Unqualified. No condition. Only the legislature can do that.
So are you
we can decide whether to accept these astronomical increments or to say we'll take all these increments that you put here and build more schools or build more hospitals or improve the pay of health workers or buy more ambulances since the fire burning our people everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? We look, there are issues with the budget, and we're addressing. We're here for 30 days. The president called for 30 days.
So, Chairman,
from tomorrow.
Chairman, you said the president called you guys back for 30 days starting from tomorrow. Does it mean that you guys are going to send the budget back? Is that what you're saying? Within the 30 days frame period, or you guys want to fix it?
Well, we are supposed to fix it and send it to him to say this is how we want it. If he agree with us, he can veto it. They will own it. But if he agree with all his son, it becomes law.
So that means you guys will because you, according to you, there was nothing allocated for the president. Are you guys going to
in
allocate?
certain area? Under special operation.
Okay.
Huh?
Under special operations.
Under special operation, the president got zero. Let me show you some real panda.
Well, but maybe the president loved the Liberian people enough to agree to it, because I don't think the budget was doing isolation of the president. That is my point. Are you insinuating the budget was doing isolation?
The president and the budget only allocated. I got this analysis from Senator Conner. The budget only allocated $2 million to LACC, the fight against corruption. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but Chairman, I'll bring it back again to you. According to the agenda of the president, arrest, combating corruption is one of the key pillars during the campaigns. These are songs that were sung. These are things that were said One of the key pillars is to combat corruption. In fact, there was a famous song, Jowiya Go, Utaya O, Jowiya Go. I think everybody can remember that song because of the quote unquote the corruption business. My thing is, if the president is only allocating $2 million to LACC, that would be honest here. This budget, we're not doing isolation, or the president. This is not mutually exclusive. The president knows about this budget. He's aware of this budget. So why are we taking that away from him and making it low?
No, I'm not saying. Let's put blame where it belongs. The issue of the budget is a technical issue. It was prepared and submitted by the finance ministry. You see, the president is not cloth or is not tasked to be the technician of the government. The supervisory or the oversight responsibility that has been given to the legislature is on those people. We can cite the president, but we can cite the minister. We can cite them. We will cite them to come and defend. We will cite them to come and tell us why all of this increment. What is going to happen in literally 9 months? That you are going to take almost 150% increment in your ministry's allocation. The rumor is that, or the speculation is that, all these expenditure were removed from the margin and brought under these various agencies so that the margin can be clean. That's not the way to do it. The margin cannot be clean. The president takes responsibility of everything that happens in the government. And at this time, now that all of these issues have been raised, it is expected that his economic advisors should alert him that something is wrong with this budget.
Well, then that is a sign that if we're going to go with that notion, then that is a sign that or that's an indication that the president is not in control. He does not know what's going on. We can have it both ways. Let's be factual here. The president has political advisors, financial advisors, to the point that I think they nominated somebody else again for, I don't know what kind of commercial manager or whatever it is. You know how all the BB positions.
I think they misread
business advisor.
Business advisor and all of this. So
Chief, I think the folks at the finance ministry, I can tell you right now, from the security sector, not a single agency was called to ask what their budget is. I have spoken to more than 5 cabinet ministers. None of them were asked to say whether there were consultation.
They will just copy and paste.
You understand?
Okay.
The Minister of Finance just came out with a budget. It did not consult. But that's well and good for us.
What kind of government is this?
Since we know that they did not consult, we will do the right thing. And I hope my colleague will do the right thing. It will really hurt me to vote against the budget. But if I have to, I will. Because certain things are not acceptable.
So Chairman, let me ask you this question, and maybe Monk or Siku can come in here with it. So based on what you just said, some of the places the increment went up to 100%. Some of the places it sparked up to 75, 60%, or whatever percent that is attached to it. Basically, the UP government seemed to have increased almost in all areas or in all sectors, and almost, like I said, not necessarily all of them. My question to you is, do you think this budget, like you said earlier, it's disappointing? Is this inflicting more pain on the Liberian people than the CDC-led government based on this?
From what I see, the budget looks like it's just there to serve individuals. The president was specific. Chief, how do you fight drugs with $2 million? And that $2 million that you're giving the DEA, 1.6 million of that is personal cost. How? Are you serious?
And just to your point, Chairman, because you know, AB Kroma has been, you know, seeking public help. But like we can say, like, bro, you know, when somebody washing your body, you should be washing your stomach. If the government is not putting anything there to help this, you know, how do you expect the public? So the public should shoulder this responsibility when there is money in there to be able to take care of these things. So my question now is, Chairman Musa Belede, do you really think that, you know, this government is ready to fight the issue of drugs, the issue of crimes, and other things? I mean,
if the budget is an indication of their intention, then no.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kana, is up to you and Mark.
Monk, do you have something to say before I?
Well, I got something to say, and I appreciate the chairman. I think he's trying to get the Bwaka government some benefit of the doubt, because we all know how the budget issue work. In the government, you got agencies, whether it's ministry, they come up with their own individual budget, and the president got his finance minister or the finance ministry that falls under his direct supervision. Now you got lawmakers, both houses, that will come with their own appropriation bill that they got to turn it into one resolution bill and then merge it with that of the one common executive for this budget.
Mhm.
And Chairman Belete said it right. If anybody want to get a glimpse of Joseph Bwaka vision, you would tell from this budget. So, but even though Chairman Belete gave it Joseph Bwaka, because the president will still take the blame no matter how he poses it.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point in time, the president should review this document to
Mhm.
be able to make input in them, even though the finance minister and his group are the one putting this thing into place. And there is nothing innovative about our budget. We said it on the show on countless occasions that they only change figure online. Look, if you want to tell me that Joseph Bwaka is a seasoned professional or a bureaucrat in Georgia, how can you maintain the same line by line item except for changing figures in the budget? Then how do you differentiate your vision from that of President William? It does not make any sense. That's what the problem is. And I tell people, everything cannot be about politics. And Amara Conan was one of the major architects of this Bwaka-led administration, even though he's in this legislature. But he said it right. And Chairman Bennett just made reference with the issue about fighting drugs. Amara Conan said it right. Let me read that excerpt. He said, he said, at a glance, the sector mirroring the rule of law, roles, education, and healthcare and sanitation are somewhat prioritized, but the allocations to this sector are mostly driven by wages and salary and not necessarily investment spending. For instance, about 93% of the proposed budget for the Ministry of Education is for wages and salary only, leaving only 7% for consumption spending to improve education and infrastructure. It's the same thing Chairman Belete is saying. You said you want to tackle drugs, that drugs is a national security threat, but yet then still you allocate a basic 2 million. And even in the 2 million, more than 90% goes to salary and compensation alone. How are you going to fight drugs? How? It's the same thing. So, like I said, and Chairman said it right. This administration is a total joke. Maybe he may not be the one to say it because he's a politician in the house. But you can tell whether it's an asset recovery, whether it's accountability, whether it's this president budget. Everything is a laughing stock. It's a big time joke, and he's not ready for prime time. And we'll be saying it, so nothing changed.
What I can say is that there is a lot of room for improvement. The government is only 60 days today. It has 5 years and 10 months to go. The president, based on the 2 months that he has been president, has to do way more than he has done. Now that his government has taken shape, he needs to seize control and run the country, knowing that all those that are in power right now are there because the Liberian people trusted him, Joseph Bwaka, to be their president. Therefore, the burden of the actions of these ministers or these very agencies will never shift from him. Things are not okay. Rule of law, very bad. if not zero. The budget, a massive disappointment. I'm hoping that the open society that we are in, the criticism, the president will seize control and begin to discharge his duty. Call the Ministry of Finance, ask them why they have done the budget the way they have done it, and then let's hear from them their response. Because they will
Mr.
answer
Chairman,
this question when they come meet.
Mr. Chairman, let me interrupt you for a second.
Yes, sir.
Let me just piggyback what Steve was talking about. So the president had no idea, had no clue. Being in government for that long, being vice president, he had no idea to somehow go through the budget to see some of these problems that you guys have seen in terms of the budget allocation, in terms of the increment in areas at the Ministry of Finance. I mean, are you just trying to give the president a pass? Or you just believe that the president is just a hands-off leader? Because even Obama, when his speeches were written, he took them, he went through it, he will add and subtract because he knows exactly what he wanted to say. He knows exactly what will be fit on occasion. He knows exactly, he knew what to say at what time and where. So you're telling me that Joseph Barker does not know what's going on? You know, you people have to be the one to catch all those mistakes and then send it back to him. So how can we put all the blame on the people around him without blaming the leader for his failure to have gone through the process, through the document, making sure it represents his vision for the country? And if Joe Barker could not actually capture that, are you telling me he's just a hands-off person, or he just doesn't know what's going on? You guys have to be the one to actually direct them. What is going on?
The tough question you asked me, I'll try to answer them. But yes, the president appears to be a hands-off person, which at this time is not working for him. It's not working for him. He has to change that strategy. He has to understand that whether it is finance minister that he the one people voted for, he Joseph Barker. And so he has to, governance is about impression.
Yeah.
CDC never recovered from their first year mistakes. If the party does not work with us to amend this budget, appropriate to fit necessary part of our economy, they will never recover from the repercussion at the end of the year. Take it from me.
Yep.
People, as a trained politician, people are asking me, Musa, but you just won election. Why your hair is still buried in your district? I said, because this is the only time I have to imprint myself in my people's mind.
Yeah.
I promise them, and they give me their vote. I have to come back immediately. By the time you are proving yourself to be a man of your word, you can go on vacation. But when the people, for that 1 year, Sekou, you go away for vacation, and the people vex, they say, okay, look at the man who voted for, send who voted for. You come back, you will not, they will just eat your money. Election time can't vote against you. So therefore, the first year impression is very important. And so far, the first 2 years, the United Party has failed. Look, I mean, look at election in Nimba. All of a sudden, the race is tightening
Between who and who?
between Nyatoye and Samuel Koga.
And then you think but now you know the party candidate Nyatoanya, right?
Yes.
And then Prince Johnson candidate Samuel Koga.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
at this point in time,
Hmm.
I don't know who is Senator Johnson's candidate, but what I'm saying is that some of the missteps are having effect.
So the
on
race is
United Party
tightening
candidate.
between the two of them.
Yes.
Well, Chairman, on the record to agree with Sekou, on the record, Prince Johnson endorsed
Yeah, he did.
What-
Wait for the
what's-
man.
what's his name
No,
again? Not Nyantwanya, but
The campaign has not started yet.
Samuel Koga.
no,
No, yeah,
the
but you
campaign-
pray for the man. You pray for
yeah,
the man. You say,
can-
lay hand on him.
What? Look,
Yeah,
you
bless
know
it to
what?
him.
I'm chairman of CPP, and I'm not United Party man, and Koga. What is Koga Party? Koga is chairman of his party. I'm not member of Koga Party. But what I'm saying,
and I can tell you, Mr. Chairman, I'm from Nimba too, just like you.
I know.
And I can tell you, if Senator Prince Johnson put his blessing behind Samuel Koga, you're going to be the next senator. I don't care who Joseph Boga support. It will mean nothing.
I'm saying to you,
Joseph Boga Navy organized.
I'm saying to you that decision has not been made yet.
Prince Johnson, whoever Prince Johnson support, I don't care whether that's Nyatwa, whether that's Samuel Koga. Even Prince Johnson take Steve today, say that Steve, I want to be senator of Nimba County, Steve will be the senator. Prince Johnson owns Nimba County and the people. Where Prince Johnson goes, Nimba goes.
Next question, please.
That's a fact.
Next question.
You know where I'm going with that. You don't want me to continue.
Tego, I'm here in my district, right?
I understand.
And
But Prince Johnson owns all of you.
why he's a chairman of our corporate.
All. Prince Johnson owns all. Because even here, even when I started, launching some attack on Prince Johnson, some of them call me here in America. So we stop this. The man that was senior senator, the man of the political godfather. So the chairman don't want me to go too far with that, and that's okay.
No, I mean,
what I'm trying to say
I'm saying to you is,
sure what I'm trying to say. If Prince Johnson popularly support Samuel Koga, and in fact, we have some intelligence. And you want me to say? I don't want to say me where you want to show. I don't want to talk a lot about.
I'm reading from Senator Johnson last post about the election, and therefore I'm saying to you that at this point, Senator Johnson has said, and I quote, "They are all my children, protected sons and daughters of Nimba. I'm their father and I'll all be there for them until God calls me to rest." But then he said, "I remain supportive of their wishes and their dream of serving our country, Nimba County and Liberia. I'm willing to work with anyone whom President Boga appoints as Sultan and whom the people of Nimba County elect as their senator to work alongside me in the Senate." This is his position.
Yeah, that was when he was told that there will be no more war.
No, this is this is 1 week. This is 6
I'm
days
telling you
ago.
now. Yeah, when you form that, Jodo Boga is show him that don't worry, nobody walk down, baby. They're not coming. So now he's turning Jodo Boga back now. Hey man,
Well, I'm just telling you
On the same post that you read,
that he has not published any other position beyond this position.
yeah, but we saw the man blessing. We saw the man blessing and praying for Samuel Koga to be the senator of Nimba County, the next senator.
the same thing he did to Jeremiah Kuhn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And me, I trust Spring Johnson.
we got
anything
23 days from today. 23 days from today.
So, Chairman, I know you said another question. Is the CPP going to be running in Nimba County?
No.
Where? We never run there. Nobody.
I asked the chairman. Why the chairman? I wanted the question.
CPP never run there. Nobody. Where everything was rosy for CPP.
The fastest answer I've ever gotten from the chairman since I've ever interacted with him, in the media. Chairman, will the CPP be running in Nimba County?
No.
The other answer too fast. Okay, and it just emphatic. Period. No.
Yeah. Period. No.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that answer.
But the candidates have already been registered. There are 4 of them.
Okay.
And the registration is closed ever since. Campaign starts on.
Well, how can we not know 2?
Thursday.
Who are the other people, Mr. Chairman?
The former senator, Groupie, is running.
Oh, he not crippled no more? When the previous state was crippled.
No, he's not crippled. I saw him yesterday at the funeral. Okay. And also, one of the most illustrious sons of Nimba County, Armstrong Goba Slepper, is also running.
Yeah,
so we have 2 Mano and 2 Gio, and these are all sons of Nimba.
So Thomas Groupie. But the prayer picture that Sekou was speaking about in the video, that Sekou was speaking about, Chairman, that picture was done a long time ago, before 7 days ago. So is Prince Johnson walking back because he's been ready to show that he will not be the one economic crime code that come?
I don't know. I'm not Senator Johnson.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just basically saying to you that on the 23rd of March, this is what he said. We show that he's saying that if any one of these guys gets elected, he'll work with them.
So that means he's not going to put his blessing behind one person openly.
That's how it sounds like to me.
Wow. All right. Mr. Chairman, another question about the budget. Is there anything there for legislative engagement that we saw in the past?
What in my legislative engagement?
The $30,000 or $35,000, the loan there.
No way. Say, man.
No, I'm just
this legislature, I guarantee you, I'm not speaking just for myself. No, we'll not receive $1 to pass the budget. We'll reappropriate this budget to the benefit of Liberian people and pass it. We'll not receive $1 to pass the budget.
So we learned that that there is something already in the budget for you to improve, legislature to improve your offices. Something similar to the $4,500 that were given to all of them. Now people are saying that why is it that we already have something in the budget for the legislature to improve?
I'm not aware. The $4,000.
Is there anything there direct that you know of that is there for for legislature, for you to get extra for your pay to improve your budget?
You mean improve your
office?
Improve your
office.
Yeah, that's already been paid to the legislators.
So that's different from the $4,500 that were going around.
I don't know about $4,500.
Okay,
I know.
The $4,500 that they can prove to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know about that money. I've not seen it yet. No one has approached me with it.
So how much was that money that was appropriate or given to you guys to improve your offices?
I believe it was $4,500.
Oh, another $4,500.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you receive yours?
Yeah, it was around 5,000.
But that's just one time.
Yes,
payment
to buy furniture and stuff for your office. Yes, everyone received that, including myself.
So that was part of the budget, right?
Yes, that $41 million that the president asked for.
Okay. Maybe Honorable JKK, maybe you want to ask your question. Honorable Koluba, how are you? Hello? Hello?
You let let it prove my yeah.
Oh, JKK, man. Hello?
Yeah, chief panelist on this broadcast.
Hello? Honorable Koluba, I can't hear you though, if you can hear me. Let me turn off this Bluetooth, maybe that's why. Hello? All right. Okay, let me hang on the phone and call him back. Yeah, maybe he wants to ask you a question. He has something to say. So, so Mr. Chairman, that was, but was that made public? Do you think everybody know about that money, like the money that was given to you guys to buy furniture and stuff like that, 5,000 each? That was
It's between 4 and 5,000.
All the 70, all the 103.
I want to speak for the House of Representatives.
Oh, so the document didn't say
no. What happened?
who else will receive it?
A certain amount, I think. I want to believe. Let me see. A certain amount, I think 400 or 500,000 came to the House of Representatives. It is from there that 4 or 5,000 was given for each lawmaker to use to renovate their offices.
Okay. Honorable Koluba. Hello?
So let me say good evening to my powerful chairman. I was in the chairman district yesterday, and my visit in the
without my consent. Without my consent. Don't try that thing anymore. Don't ever step in my district anymore without my consent.
Chairman, your people are very good people. They give me a huge welcome yesterday in your district. So I want to ask the chairman, my chairman, a question. Honorable Chairman, we, Yeke said during George Weah government, the rule of law was not respected. When people go to court, people go to the police, they don't seek redress. And the police became a pilot in police. You are the chair on national security. What will you do when my case is not being heard by the police? Because I took a formal complaint to the police, and they told me they want a written complaint. I took it to the police. And from my information from my inside, the president has said to the police that they shouldn't go through my case. And the police should go through my case and let me be found guilty. Let the people know that I feel that paper to World Trade Center. Can you do anything if the police refuse to go into a case as chairman on national security?
Yes. I mean, you are my colleague. If you are offended, you bring it to me. I will make sure. I will summon the police director and mandate him to look into the case. That is not acceptable.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. I appreciate that. The reason why I did Honorable Chairman, because we got respect for you. Most of the time when we speak, even on the SKTV, I tell people I didn't come to discuss my chairman. We got high respect for you. The thing I will preach against shouldn't happen in this government. I read your complaint, and in fact, my communication is going tomorrow to the Speaker's office to be placed to send the Minister of State and the people from NASCO on the communication the Minister of State wrote when he was not Minister of State, requesting NASCO to back up for President-elect Joseph Yima Boakai. So we will go with my communication will be going tomorrow. We want to know what happened. Simple. Let me just say this to you people. My chairman is I don't know how to say it. My chairman is a diplomat. Some question you ask the chairman will not be able to answer the question.
Yeah.
You listen to the chairman when you ask him on the budget business. Simple. The chairman will not tell you that the executive have decided to steal. But I can simply say the executive have decided to steal with the consent of the president. They took money from the president budget and put it to different sector for them to go back for it. They didn't send money to DA because DA is not being controlled by print money there, that they will go for the money to bring it back. Most of the area they put money are places that print money they control, the finance ministry they control, with the consent of the president to steal the money to bring it back to them. I say they on no regret because the evidence is in the budget. They refuse to put the 30 million of the United States dollar there to increase the civil servant salary, but instead they will reduce no money from the civil servant salary. Look, Sebu, I said on your show before, I said Joseph Boga have failed, and the chairman there acknowledged that the Unity Party have failed for the first 2 years.
So 2 months. 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. So when you fail in 2 months, then you think you get where you want yet. Everything the chairman, anyway, like chairman show, I beg you.
No, not the chairman show. Not the chairman show. The chairman.
I beg you. My chairman is on the show. I want to respect my chairman.
You want to say anything while the chairman is here?
Let the master enjoy you so you can continue.
You can message enjoy you.
I beg you, my chairman has diploma before they say he the one call you get the show. So I'll find out so we can talk. I beg you, Steve. Yeah. You're playing my chairman will care.
Yeah, but you supposed to be on the show yesterday, but you know, I know you travel, that's why.
You play my chairman will care.
Okay,
we'll, on the show, I will talk.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah, I beg you. Thank you.
All right, let's take a call here. I think from Norway. This is Abraham, right? From Norway. Yes. Abraham, how you doing? What's your question for the chairman?
Well, the question for the chairman is, first let me say congratulations, Chairman Mity. Since you became representative, we have not spoken with you. And here's my question, Mity. You are the chairman of the CPP, so we consider you as a grandfather of the party. Do you have any idea that your colleague from Maryland County who on seat, Speaker Timmons, do you have any idea that Brother Anthony Williams declared his asset? And to you, if he has not done it, please talk to him to declare his answer and publicly just as you have done. You still got these guys, even though you are also new there. This is also my question to you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Chairman, did you hear him?
Yeah.
People are saying, somebody said they're not hearing him. I don't know.
You were asking whether Anthony Williams has declared his answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that we said that everybody should declare their assets. So we need to follow that up so that we ask whether everybody has declared their assets.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. The president on BBC interview said that Liberia can feed the world. That is literally speaking about, agriculture wide, right? And the money allocated in the budget to agriculture, can Liberia feed herself based on that money allocated, let alone to talk about feeding Africa?
But nothing is allocated to agriculture.
But how are we going to feed the world? So is the president just making BMO for nothing BMO?
Well, I'll call you. Look, Cebu, we have 5 years and 10 months. I'm not going to start this with the criticism of the president.
We are not criticizing.
I'll give the president all the time he needs. At the end of the day, I'm not a member of the Unity Party. I have no intention of becoming a member of the Unity Party. I'm a member of the opposition. Time to criticize, I'll criticize. But the way I look at things is that Joseph Boga won with a coalition, even though the United Party would love to say United Party won, but they won with a coalition. They have NDRO, they have different strong politicians that came together and made up the United Party alliance. So it has been a struggle trying to satisfy everybody. There have been missteps. In my mind, the government is all but formed now. We'll see what we'll do. But the legislature would not be a walkover. It will not be a walkover. We will make sure that we bring the government feet to the fire to make sure that the right things are done. But we should also give them time, Segu. Because you see,
but we are not talking about anything policy-wide that they're making mistakes. Now, we are talking about what the president said. Is it doable? Was that an objective statement? Knowing fairly well where you stand as a country, knowing fully well where you are as far as the budget is concerned in terms of appropriation, how can you safely say that Liberia can feel the word if Liberia cannot even feel herself based on what we have going on right now? Was that a statement? Is that something that our president should say to go and make to the war, BBC, and knowing the fact that what you're saying is
that was a misstatement. The president made a misstatement.
Yeah, a diplomat.
That
was a misstatement. It is a million miles away from the fact.
Sometimes.
So instead of saying,
when you are happy, right?
Yeah.
They can say, right now I'm on top of the wall. It doesn't mean that the wall is behind you and you're standing on top of it. They have these expressions that people can make.
That is idiomatic expression, but
idiomatic expression.
I know what you're trying to say, but that was not the case. That was not in this case.
No, listen.
The president was making
the
policy.
BBC know. BBC know. Joseph Boga can feed the war. Joseph Boga know that Liberia can feed the war.
So
BBC know that. BBC know that Liberia can feed the war. You say who can? You know Liberia can feed the war. So.
So the
so when Joseph Boga, what I'm more concerned about is the budget. There's nothing in the budget, nothing to create new budget, new job, nothing. I mean, the budget is a disgrace.
Yeah, but
it's just a continuation of the weird government.
I think
in every shape and form.
I think this will be a disservice to weird government. And this will be a very big disservice to the weird government.
No, let me explain to you.
Because can you
thought so.
Yeah, but can you safely and objectively compare the first 2 months of weird to that of the first 2 months of Joseph Nimba County?
It's the same. What did we do in 2 months? Nothing.
We had government in place.
What did the government in place do? To put government in place, that means nothing.
I'm not going to defend them.
You see me? I
will let Mon to come in.
I believe in the principle of work, which is called force times distance is equal work. I don't have the data. Please tell me from January to March 2018, George Weah did this, he did this, and he did this.
We have people
and from January to March, Joseph Boga did not do this, he did not do this, he did not do this. For me, the area of forming government, yes, we are one that one. Hands down.
Okay. I mean that alone. So
yeah.
If we are,
Joseph Boga has been very, given his level of experience, given his level of experience, he has been very, very slow and lackadaisical in the formation of his government. No question. But in terms of the tangible, 60 days, government
Where the
don't do
tangible
anything.
starts from? Where the tangible starts from? It starts from organizing yourself, putting the people in the right position.
But Sebu, I think what we should do now,
people in the right position,
starting from
and
last
then,
week,
yeah.
starting from last week, the government is in place now. Let's when the legislature return to session, let's see how the government functioning now. Now we can call ministers. Now we can hold the entire government accountable. There's no other place now where there's nobody in place to come and do the work. So I don't like to criticize because I want to criticize. I just told you, this budget that was submitted to us is a disgrace. It's a disservice. And the House of Representatives, the House of Representatives will go as the worst in the history of this country if they pass this budget in this form. And I will not be a part of that.
Before I take the next call, you have something to say about what the chairman.
Yeah, I have something to say. You know, the chairman is operating like he's a diplomat. He's speaking real political language here. He's not trying to step on some toes, and I understand that. But if the chairman is going to say, you know, we keep saying it on the show over and over. We never expected Joseph Boakai to become president and to perform miracle in the first 100 days. But there are a few steps that you must take in the first 100 days that will suggest as to how you will complete the rest of the 6-year term. And the chairman failed remarkably. I mean, the president failed remarkably, and exactly what the chairman is saying. Is that he using it in another way. Well, I'm not going to complain about that.
No, I would not shy from my position in terms of the formation of the government.
Yeah.
The government failed disgracefully and embarrassingly, with all the experience that they have, to be fumbling with appointment, withdrawing it, resubmitting it. It is a disgrace. There was no time that George Weah did that. If he did that, maybe it happened 1 time or 2 times.
And the reason I'm not going to argue that, because at least Joseph Boakai came in with their own benchmark, with their own standard about the 12 deliverable, the 12 key points, and they set it up to the 100 days. So you say you believe in work is equal to full stand distance. That's a very good mantra. I understand that. But for the fact that they got their own deliverable set up in 100 days, we will use it on SKTV. Like we said, at the 100-day mark, we will come on this platform and we
But the George Weah said 100 days.
That is why I'm not going to make that argument or that comparison.
No, Mom. The George Weah said 100 days.
George Weah, I don't remember if George Weah had delivered, but I believe that he has
100 days.
I think we are going to
maybe
hold
you go to the comment. Maybe people will say
we're going to hold Joseph Boakai responsible.
I will double check that.
In promise. So we're not going to hold Joseph Weah responsible for what Joseph Boakai is doing. Joseph Boakai is the one that says he got deliverable. He got some things to deliver to the Liberian people within 100 days of his presidency. So if he's falling short, or if he's not making any progress in that direction, we will hold him responsible without even making any reference to George Weah. So I'm happy that you agree that Joseph Boakai failed miserably. We came to formation of his government compared to George Weah, and anything that will be good, if the house will be good, it's coming from the foundation. If we agree that Joseph Boakai failed in the foundation of his government, then any house that is built on a
no. So let me qualify my statement. I said he failed as far as the time frame.
Yeah, that's happening.
But he still formed the
withdrawal, appointment, withdrawal, deletion, and addition and subtraction every day.
It's embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
Exactly. So you don't have to take it back.
And to some extent, it was disgraceful that, the people who stay in government for 2 years, stay in opposition for 6 years, 18 years of experience, before you begin president, you have extra 2 months to think through everything. Your government should be in place in 10 days.
So what does that failure indicate? Or that lackadaisical behavior? What does that indicate?
That failure is a worrying sign.
Yeah.
I cannot at this point predict what it indicates, because people have different ways of approaching things. You know, it could be that all the people who supported Joseph Barker are pressuring. He said, okay, you bring your people. You will dump them in the government, and then you will sit back and begin to unplug them one by one. That's possible. It could just be that he is just lackadaisical.
Let me just give a rundown, President. We are
It
100
could also
days.
be that maybe he ain't just able.
Monk, before you do that, I've had this person on hold forever.
Yeah, let them go ahead.
Let person say something, then we'll go to Monk right away. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Hello? 612 number, last 4 digits 0073. All right, Monk, go ahead. The person is now available. Monk, go ahead and run. Take us through your
100 days. We are working with a 100-day deliverable as well. I cannot independently verify that he was able.
I don't know.
He was able to achieve them, but at least he had a list of things. Like some of the 100-day deliverable plan of the way administration was duty-free shipment to Liberia, or the reduction of tariff on gasoline, an immediate audit of government payroll and financial institutions. I don't know whether he accomplished that. Or limit government.
Those were the goals.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's good for deliverable. It's good for the 100 days.
The 100-day plan. He said, and some of them were vague. Like when you say, okay,
so a job we had it, like you said, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, wait after Joseph Barker 100 days, then we evaluate that now. I don't think now it's time.
Yeah, but the first evaluation in the first 60 days, Joseph Barker.
Yeah, the thing about Joseph Barker, he came with 12.
So you cannot give grade halfway. Let the period be over, and then we'll see.
The chairman. All right,
yeah, it's funny how to make it.
Yeah,
you know,
I can see love your face, but
you just don't make it.
Tego.
Yes, sir.
Overall, this government is performing badly.
Okay.
Overall, it is performing badly. This budget is bad intention. This budget does not show a government that is committed to real change in our country. But it doesn't mean that I should just bury my head in the sand. This is the same reason these people used to say, Musa Bey, that job we are man. It's just my style. It is the same way I was talking.
So is
3 years ago. They say, oh, the man job we are friend.
Is that a Kokula star, or that just Musa Bey star?
No politician is rougher and tougher than me. You know that.
Yeah.
There's no politician in this country that is tougher or rougher than me. I've been through hell and back as far as politics is concerned. But I pick my battles. And the one that I know I cannot win, I can't start that. So when you see me fighting in a war, just consider me as a winner.
Okay.
But I want you to know also that there are tens of other wars that I've lost simply because I didn't even try to fight it. Because I know when I fight it, I will lose it.
Mr. Chairman, I think we're going to be leaving soon. But
thank you.
I
gotta go.
I got one important question for this chairman when he talked about appropriation. He seemed, even though we like to shift the blame on the president as well when it comes to the budget, but he made a salient point about the legislature playing her part when it comes to the budget. My question is, this chairman is saying that this budget is a disgrace. It does not reflect the common reality on ground. And even the World Bank report reaffirmed that the budget and the reality on ground are totally the complete opposite. My question to the chairman is, which area you think that when it comes to reappropriation or the appropriation that you will want the budget to concentrate on when it comes to improving people, like where and how?
there should be no increment in any area of recurrent expenditure. All the 300%, 200% increment in the various agencies should be taken out and put towards education, agriculture, and health. The 29,000 that has been extracted from the legislature should go to education, health, or
even security.
Yeah, security. Besides the security,
because the police is,
I have the security budget. I have the security budget. Security is reasonably funded. Only the DEA is not funded, and then we have to take money from places. And the way they have done the things, we'll straighten it up. There are some things that are not right, but we'll straighten it up. DEA need to get more than what they have. But besides that, there's a minor increment needed at immigration.
So I still going to be leaving, but these two calls. Let me just take them. Then Chairman will answer.
Yes. Yes.
Just want to number again. 070073. Are you there?
Yeah, thank you, Segu. I want to say hi to the chairman first.
Yes, go ahead quickly.
I listen to the chairman. You can't compare Boga's 60 day with Joshua's 60 day. I can remember during Joshua's 60 day, but now Joshua had negotiated the University of Liberia. They are now trying to digitalize the University of Liberia. And two community, but now they are program for two community during Joshua's 60 day. During Joshua's 60 day, I can remember Joshua negotiated with the rest dealer. The rest spread draft from it came down from 17 to $13.50. So, and on Joshua 60 days, I can remember now Joshua had a program for the two community. I mean for the 14 resident hospital. So I don't see on Joseph Baga's 60 days. I don't see anything Joseph Baga had done for the common people. Even setting up government like to do something that will affect the common people life. I never see a Joseph Baga 60 days. So I think the two people, they are big differences there.
Yeah, Joe Baga no cargo hitching the more because the draft season, when rainy season start and then I hit it. Hold on, let me take it. 763 number. Last 4 digits 6579.
Good evening. Good evening to everyone in studio.
Go ahead.
Especially to the chairman.
What is your name?
My name is Patrick Sonny-Wallow. I call from my office in Brooklyn Center.
Go ahead,
Patrick. My question goes to the chairman. Chairman, you said you guys have been called back for public functions. I want to know if you guys have been compensated by the president to be called back for these public functions of the budget. That's my first question. And my second question to the chairman is not a question per se, but I coincide with what the chairman says as it relates to government vehicles. You know, it's so devastating that people buy the brand new cars from government and thinking chicken change. That which is very wrong. It's a form of robbing the Liberian people. Take for instance,
my brother, I want you to go straight to the point. The chairman want to go, so I want us to be brief if you can.
Yes.
And we have overstayed on the radio as well.
And I coincide with the chairman that all government vehicles is to be bought, is to be taken to a dealership or so, and then public official or government official can buy it from them instead of buying it for chicken change after paying a lot of money for it. So my question to the chairman, whether the chairman was paid, whether they were paid in totality to be recalled.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Chairman.
So to the first caller, I would like to judge Joseph Boaga 100 days after the 100 days. But there are certain things that the president has done. He has reduced the price of gasoline by 20 cents. That's almost close to $40. He has also commissioned audit of certain agencies of government.
Like what?
Not
the one you decommissioned though.
We only decommission NSA.
Okay.
But you commission a couple of them.
So are those audits ongoing?
I don't know, but he commissioned them. The point the brother was making, he didn't say that those things were completed, but he said, "John, we have initiated them." So, look, don't turn me into a PR for United Party yet. I just have the attitude of not saying the way it is, even if I'm not in support of the person. So as I see it, let's wait, for Boaka 100 days. All with excessive. I can tell you on the issue of how efficient and effective appointment to government was, the government fell flat. On the issue of respecting the rule of law, the government fell flat for the 100 days.
But
on the issue of the procedure leading to asset recovery and the whole corruption thing, the government fell flat. We'll have our time, hopefully on the 100 day, for all of us to sit down and give our reviews. You see these guys, John Molu piece on the asset recovery. Whether or not it is true on the allegation that he placed on members of the asset recovery team, those were worthy of investigation. So that even for the sake of the people that John Molu is accusing, so that they will give the appropriate answers, so that those air will be clear. But the people who are investigating people cannot be under cloud of suspicion. So all of that, we refer to that to be, for me, due diligence. So due diligence was not carried on. Hopefully, it will be corrected. But these are just my scorecard on those issues. But on the economy, there will be no price increment. That's good. They work with the rice people to maintain the price. The gasoline price has come down twice, within the 100-day period. The first time it came down by 4 cents. The second time it came down by 20 cents. So people are paying $40 less, for this. But on the overall, based on just the perception that United Party or Joseph Baga are more experienced than the CDC that came to power, if you take CDC 60 days and compare it to Joseph Baga 60 days, I think that Joseph Baga failed.
That's it.
General. Yeah.
That's it. I have no other question. We have to go. Unless you have something to say other than that.
No, nothing much. I think the chairman covered basis. We understand where the chairman is coming from, and we understand the politics and the political implication as well. But I think we did remarkably well today on the show, so we can call it a day for the Easter, because I know my man maybe on there too. He won't go to it. Maybe I'm ready to.
Yeah, and in this public matter, I want to throw Melbourne under the bus. The last time the chairman was here, we told Melbourne to go and meet the chairman. Up to now, Melbourne never went there to meet the chairman.
No,
Up to now.
No,
you met you then Melbourne never told me anything.
Melbourne contacted me. I'm at fault.
But
Melbourne not told me anything.
Because the reason is that I protect the chairman, and I can't leave the chairman on the block.
So now you're against SKTV to protect the chairman. Now we know.
Yeah.
We'll deal with you in the back.
Yeah. So, Melbourne, after the show, call me, yeah?
All right, boss. No problem, Chief. Thank you so much, Chief.
You're not going to be scared to call you.
No, Melbourne, call me.
No, I can call him. No, the chairman said we usually talk, but it's just that sometimes when he's busy, we got to allow the chairman to talk to his people. especially coming from Nimba. Yeah.
Neighbor, I can see love in your face.
Oh.
But you're not making.
But I maybe I gotta love the chairman. What are you talking?
It doesn't feel like chairman.
Oh, maybe not make
Look,
it. You're not the chairman, but you're not making.
how? Look, quickly before we go, actually, the chairman have, I think he just said everything. But chairman, the media have been heavily hit. Let me just say that the media institution, even including your own, when we say this thing on the radio, people think that maybe we don't like the president, we are against the government. But thank God that you,
Neighbor, they're not the one paying your salary. Don't listen to them. Say, do the
correct.
thing that you have to say.
I know you say we got to do our work. Don't worry about what government.
Do your work. Don't listen. In fact, the more they criticize you, the more you must feel like you do your work. When they start praising you, that means you are compromised.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Chief. Yeah. And that's the word. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, boss.
When anybody asks you, tell them say that the chairman instructed me.
All right, boss. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, don't be looking behind you when you're talking. Just talk the right thing and say
and say the truth. You already know we are firing people. It's just today the chairman come on and we don't want to be discussing some of the Easter activities and so on, but how be it? Thank God that the chairman has said everything. Yeah, and we got to go on now. It's late.
Let me tell you something. Beside you and the chairman calling each other, the chairman king in someone's face, they are looking like the Ramadan coming take me away.
And guess what? Sekou, you are not the only person. Liability, the son of the chairman.
Yeah.
Also, when you see where you look, exact, or if I should say, the same way like you look. So by the time you come, we say, oh, like what going is there? You're please leave me. You're please go do your work.
Because the thing is, it means a lot to fast for 30 days.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
you know,
this year I fast.
Praying, man. That's what you.
This year I want to fast. It's not easy to go. I will not
seriously with the heat.
I think because the work, the heat, it's not easy on me. Just imagine before, Canada are gone. I used to get in the car, go but now I just arrived in Monrovia. No way. I have to later rest, leave soon in the morning. You know, I got different things to do tomorrow morning, but I got to leave from here at least by 4 o'clock so I can go do my work.
All right, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much. So, Mabon, thank you
so much, Chairman.
And thank you, everybody, for sticking around for over 3 hours. We really appreciate it. I wasn't here throughout, but you guys being around, and we really appreciate it. Mabon?
Yeah, boss. So we've gone 3 hours, 22 minutes into our entire broadcast. I want to say thank to Steve, Business Monday. I don't know where are they, but thank God that we stay around.
I said they're gone already.
Correct. So,
it's okay. Mabon, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, sometimes you post
your lie and
somebody posting that too. Like, no, quickly before you go to that one. Somebody posting that you've been doing you're gonna tell us exactly, tell us exactly what's going on, because you will be teasing us with some of the foods or infado fruits and so on. What's going on?
So, number one, Facebook challenged me.
Oh, really?
Facebook challenged me to tell me, say, how many posts I can do within 1 month. If I can do 3,000.
Wow.
I don't even know what to put there. Even if you bring your head, I will just take your picture and put it there.
No wonder I see.
Your full picture and put it there. And then besides, secondly, I want to empty my phone.
Yes.
Maybe you will not believe it. My iPhone. I got 22,000 photos.
Wow.
22,000 photos in my iCloud. So I want to put all the pictures out there and put it on Facebook and then free my phone. At the same time, I try to also impress Facebook.
Yeah, because that no, look. One thing is that I really admire you because communicating with your audience or your followers is one of the best things to do.
Yeah. So Facebook want me to make sure that
Mhm.
my people then, that's why when I post those stuff, you gotta go like it, you gotta comment, you gotta like it and comment on it.
Yeah,
So
so tell them some of them
all
who
of you,
pass by.
yeah, all of you that can be hungry, your mom can be, watch it when I put it there. You're jealous to them, you can come put it there, no problem. Because they were attacking me this morning while attempting them. And even today, when my wife finished cooking, I will take all the pictures again, I'll put it there again.
Really?
Yo. But myself, I can be, before I finish take all the pictures, I can be rushing, I can be looking at my time, boy. What are they come very fast now?
What are they time to come? Look, say quickly before we take leave of maybe each other. Let me say this. That means our women, they are gifted though because to cook food that you not easily taste.
And not every day. They can't even taste it. I mean, they can taste it because they're fasting too. But it can be so delicious, man.
Even my wife.
Let me tell the picture and send it to your wife. And tell her she will cook the city for you. Yeah, today when my wife finish or my daughter finish facing it, I will just take pictures and send it to your wife. Let you face on.
Yeah, man, seriously.
On a serious note, our people then, we have over 15,000 followers on this SKTV LRB. SKTV original, we have over 457,000. But when you post something to say, let's say for example, we post it as whether or not people are follower or fan of SKTV, we got less than 200 people commented. Where are they? When you come here, you show love, show heart. Facebook love that. Facebook, gave us rating for that. They gave us rating for you. The more you like us, the more you follow, the more you share, the more you click like, the more you click that heart. Even the hater, they say when you can just click anything you want to click. You want to click angry. You're not happy with what I don't want to be, but just only give us some reaction so we so that we know what's going on. Look at you guys being here today for 3 hours, almost 30 minutes, right? We now have 49 reaction. Only 49 people click like or laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see after the show comes, we have more than 1,000 people watch. But people will come and they just here to enjoy the show, but they will not do their part.
Maybe they feel that because maybe we are not footballer. Because if let
me tell you something. The picture that I put yesterday. So when we posted the picture about our program, we cover at the Liberty Party USA Summit. Somebody went and said that, you're not trying to cross over. I said, cross over from where to where? You can be somewhere, you can go to the other one. We're not part of no party. So where are we crossing over from?
The chairman job everything short because if I show you some messages in your phone, you won't even believe. But sometimes we just remain strong, the chairman just knew everything. Some of you out there, you feel that maybe you want to use the platform that have been built, been supported by an individual to insult us, to just say anything like that. You want to say to us just because we are telling you the truth. And the way you just said, my brother, that's it, my CEO. So we just move.
That's it. My regards to everybody, man. Everybody, I'll tell them to say hi.
Yeah, liability, when I play,
liability, you gotta pray for when you go land, so we all can pray fast.
Keep praying. No way, no way.
You know how to learn, man. The ego going too high, you know. The ego need to learn. But anyway,
Seriously, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My people here, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everything. God bless you.